Hey there, and welcome to the Color Cinema. I am Aaron, and I'm going to try and get this set up here. So hopefully when people notice this is here, when they come in and they see stuff, then I'll see your messages up here on the screen. So in order to do that, though, I got to find myself first. So I'm going on an excursion. And why do this the way that I'm doing it? Well, you'll find out. Ironically, I call this video DC versus Marvel versus whatever, but we're actually going to talk about a lot of things as it comes to movies, physical media, collecting, all that type of stuff. But in all truth, it's probably the most clickbaity title I've had in a long, long time. Hey there, Zack. Welcome, man. Welcome to be the first person here on a night when I hope there's going to be a few people here. I'm even wearing my Calvin Klein because why not? Let's be fancy. Hey there, Jason. So I want to talk about a lot tonight. There's a lot of stuff to unpack. Now, next week there's going to be 2 live videos on the same night. I'm doing a regular live stream video pre the announcements for Vinegar Syndrome. At which point we will find out. Well, just before it gets announced, I'll be going to my Patreon, so my Patreon members can get my live reactions. So and then we'll find out how much I have to grovel to my better half after the announcements come out. Anywho, I watched the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League because I actually went out and got Crave for it. I'm actually glad I did. Crave has a lot of really good stuff that I didn't realize. I canceled a lot of streaming services to get it, and it was worth it. And I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, hence the DC versus Marvel. And if you're got a dog in this race, you're probably a corporation. Hey there, Daniel. Welcome, man. If you don't, then you're probably a movie viewer, like that's just having fun with it, like me. Now we'll give you a little bit of background here. When they announced that they were thinking about, there was the whole release the Snyder cut came out. I'm going to be bluntly honest. I was not on the side of the release the Snyder cut crowd. I was, how different can it be? How much of a difference can it really make? It's still Justice League. It's still pretty much the same movie, right? So I can, spoiler alert. Hey there, Jacob. I can pretty much say, I was 100% wrong. I'm okay with saying that. The Snyder cut is hugely different to the Whedon cut, which I don't really so much consider the Whedon cut as the cut by studio executives with Josh Whedon's name put on it. All right, so let's dive into this. But before I talk about the Snyder cut, how about Falcon Winter Soldier? Let's do it like that, because I'm going to be a bit of a... Hey there, Dungeon. I'm going to make you wait for a few seconds, although if you're on Twitter, you probably know my thoughts already. So watch Falcon Winter Soldier, and it was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. The opening aerial fight sequence with George St. Pierre, representing Canada, with his Montreal French, was hey there, Michael, man, welcome. Was good. That was really good. And then there was a lot of talky parts that were needed, and I understand why they were there, because it was kind of like giving you we'd seen at the beginning, okay, this is the adventure side of being an Avenger, and afterwards we saw, okay, this is the reality of what it's like to be an Avenger, and how hard it can be in real life. Now, I'll be honest with you, I want to see where it goes from there. I will say I found it interesting, but it doesn't make for the most compelling watching for a first episode. WandaVision caught you right away, and it was different and weird. This shows you the action right up front, as in saying, okay, look, we got action. We're going to do some talky stuff, but look at this action first. See all this glorious action? And I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be okay. It's going to be the story of Falcon, of Sam, pretty much deciding, you know what, I do have to put on this suit. I do have to do what Steve said. Johnny Walker's one of my favorite characters, and a good whiskey. Which we're going to talk about. Not the whiskey, but we'll talk about him a little bit later. Is Leonard Part 6 DC or MCU? Leonard Part 6 is something that I tried to block out. That's what that is, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. No going to a theater yet. Like, eventually one of these days. I don't think we're there yet, though. But that's just me. All right. So, by the way, if you're not watching VHS podcast, if you're not listening to VHS podcast, if you're not listening to the Cowboys podcast, if you're not watching Michael Keane's excellent channel, then, you're missing out. These guys are awesome. They do amazing stuff. Just putting that out there. Let's talk Snyder Cut. Honestly, that's what you want to hear right now. All right. Here we go. Is it a little self-indulgent? Yeah, a bit. Does Zack Snyder deserve to be a little self-indulgent considering all the crap the studio put him through? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he does. Is this an epic? Yes. This is an epic. This is, as a guy that liked but didn't love most of Zack Snyder's work in the DC universe, like, I liked Man of Steel when I saw it, but on subsequent rewatchings, it didn't hold up as well for me. Batman vs. Superman, I was iffy from the get-go because I felt like they were just putting in too many ideas, and they didn't really work. Now, in Justice League, they put in just as many more ideas, but you know what? They work. And they work well. Now, obviously, there were some, like, not the greatest CGI effects, better than the finished Justice League film, mind you. But, yo, Nathan, welcome, man. But honestly, it was what everybody that probably wanted to see a Justice League movie made were hoping for. This was, Batman is well done. Wonder Woman, I'm going to put this out there right now. This is going to be a little bit controversial. Maybe even to my better half, actually, because I never said this to her. But, Zack Snyder does a better Wonder Woman and a Wonder Woman style film in his Amazonian Themyscira part in Justice League than was done in the second Wonder Woman film, where it's all about Wonder Woman and her date rape friend, possession guy. Let's get physical. Welcome, man. But yeah, I thought I would love to see Zack Snyder doing Wonder Woman. Can you imagine, like, that kind of? And my better half really hates this movie, but I'm gonna put it out there. The 300 aesthetic that's used in an Amazonian way. Hey there, Dustin. Welcome, man. So what should happen from here? He pretty much broke the internet with the whole with the film. On the DVD collection of the Planet of the Apes, the one with the bus. That is gorgeous, Northern. My thoughts are jealousy, severe jealousy. I'm so super glad you got it because you're a cool dude. Yeah, I didn't expect to like this. I didn't go in expecting to like it a lot. I expected it to be pretty much a rehash of what I'd seen. Everything was done better. Cyborg, so much better. Screw you, Warner Brothers, for screwing over Ray Fisher. That, you guys are idiots. Ray Fisher is a star, and this was a star-making role. There was amazing stuff done for all the characters. Batman seems more Batman than he did in the other Justice League cut. And he doesn't seem totally unbalanced like he was. He's not like snapping out any Whedonisms that don't work for that character. The Russian family that were inexplicably at the end of the film for some reason, which made no sense, are missing. Oh no, I'm ashamed. Yes, I'm so glad they're gone. Every character pretty much works better in this cut. And some of these sales, don't worry, Sarah, don't worry. I will tempt you with sales later on, but right now we're talking this. Yeah, well, Ray Fisher stood out, and if Warner Brothers don't take hat in hand and go back and to Ray Fisher and say, we were sorry, we made a mistake, they're making a huge, huge mistake. Because not only are they getting Ray Fisher for Cyborg, but the kid is absolutely fantastic actor, and there's big things in this guy's future. They want to be on the right side of the fence with this guy. Just tell me where those sales touched you at, cobwebs. Yeah, it is like this portrayal. Like there are scenes in this movie, and Zack Snyder does use his famous slow mo, like in scenes. Like, but you know where the slow motion works? You know where the slow motion works for me most in this film? In the flash sequences, rather than just have the CGI and the really fast and the speed lines and all that. He makes the interesting, cool, and I think daring and different attempt to slow down the world that the Flash is in. So we're not seeing just, okay, there's this guy zooming along, speeding along. We're seeing the world the way the Flash sees the world. So we're seeing everything slowed down. And we get kind of like, you get hit with, or at least I did anyway, with this feeling of, this is the world he's living in. This is how he sees things, and you kind of get the awkwardness a little bit more because of that, the outsider aspect of it. And there's a sequence near the end of the film when he finally gets to see somebody that can see the world at his speed, and it's a holy crap, I'm screwed type of moment, but it is geniusly done. Everything here was done better. The resurrection of Superman makes a lot more sense. Giving those extra scenes makes sense. Having those two extra superheroes in the movie. There's two extra superheroes. One we see because he shapeshifts. Who could that be? And the other one, we're not given his name till the end. Yeah, kind of similar to Quicksilver. Actually, even better than Quicksilver, but very similar. Because Quicksilver in Days of Future Past, at least, man, was excellent. That's the best scene in the film. By far the best scene in the film. And the helps that he got Evan Peters as Quicksilver, because, one of the great young actors of our time is Evan Peters. Anywho, everything brilliant for me on this one. I'm trying to think if there's something that I really didn't like. Even the time, like it was 4 hours long, or about 4 hours long. Then, to be bluntly honest with you, it really didn't. It really went by fast. It went by faster than. I'm usually a Marvel guy. It went by faster than Falcon and Winter Soldier. It actually did, because the action was there. This was epic scale. When you're going to see something. And you want to see a movie, and you want to see like a superhero film on an epic scale. I mean, you got characters like the Justice League, where basically they're gods, is what they are. It's a team of gods. You want to see them do. They definitely do need to continue on Vision. Hopefully, with the next season being like a Vision Quest type of storyline. That's where I want to see that going. When you want to see like epic, you want it to actually be epic. Justice League wasn't epic. Like the original Justice League, the Joss Whedon cut, just was not epic. Have a great night there, Michael. Talk to you later. I'm glad we actually agree on this one. I think we agree on this one. It's what an epic is meant to be. It is long. It delves deep into the characters. It does pander with some shots. But you're kind of good with that. My better half.
I'll come close. I won't come on camera. But
you're on camera, actually. There you go.
Hi.
Your thoughts?
I think my thoughts on that. I agree with everything that you said, but there's something else that I found interesting. The biggest complaint of a lot of the superhero movies is, especially like these epic ones and the team ups superhero movies, is people complain that they should focus on the story, but they're focusing on introducing characters or building up, that they're just having this team up movie so that we can be excited to watch the singles movies for this character or that character. And I found that what this cut of the Justice League rectified that miss, which is that not only did it balance a good story about, I thought the plot was great, but it also balanced that out with opening and introducing these characters that, I don't know what's going to happen now, but they they had time to have their backstories, to do like a good introduction, to solidify them as as characters that definitely deserve their own single movie, without compromising the actual storyline.
Yeah.
So and I think that was the miss that we didn't get in the other version. We didn't get a good introduction to those characters, to the important characters, and we can see that in Aquaman. He was introduced in the Justice League so poorly, and then we ended up having a great movie, but there were so many holes in his character because there was no character development. So we went on, and thankfully the movie was entertaining. But it could have been so much better if we actually had this before we went into Aquaman.
Yeah.
There were so many, even his trident. How the hell did he get that trident? That was not the actual, his father's trident. But at least it was explained here. So there's so many, opportunities that were missed in the previous version.
There's so much good setup too.
Well, they made basically, not only did they set each of those characters up to their own movies. Like, I want to see a Cyborg movie. I want, I want to see them again together. I want to actually go and revisit Aquaman after I see this movie. But at the same time, they didn't compromise in having a good, epic venture with the issue that they had, and it opened up so many other things. Are we looking at whatever Batman is seeing as different timelines, like a different timeline where they did the same thing and it
that was your theory?
So
actually, put on that theory. Like you said, the nightmare sequence at the end of the film, like when Batman's saying like a different, like almost an Elseworlds style. That's what you saw it as, an Elseworlds, as in like not as something that like a premonition of the future, but as something that you see as going on in another universe where they didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think that it. Both theories are definitely valid. Whether what he's seeing is the future, but I also think that maybe what he's seeing is happening real time from another Earth. It's himself, so he's connected somewhat to the other Batman on another in another universe, and they did the same thing. They went in and revived. They revived Superman, but it backfired because Lois died.
Like the Injustice world, basically.
Yeah. So maybe I'm thinking that it, because of everything that happens, is Zack Snyder opening up
the multiverse.
Like the idea of a multiverse.
I do think so, actually.
So that whatever comes up, we have a new Batman coming up. At some point we have. There's so many changes. I don't know how he's going to get involved, but if we say that there is a multiverse, so his universe can carry on separate from whatever movies come out. So maybe it's a way for for us as fans to still have hope that maybe something else is gonna happen following this universe. So
yeah, I mean, like, I hope so. Like, he really put across something extremely well. He set up the characters well. I don't want to see like a continuation of Wonder Woman 1984. I want to see a continuation of Wonder Woman from the Justice League. I want to see her searching for the Amazonians after a
Yeah,
destroyed Themyscira. That's what I want to see.
I'm done with looking into her past.
Yeah, like, and another thing that we didn't
done.
get a whole lot of Wonder Woman moaning about about Steve Trevor.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that actually. They kept that to a minimum.
Yes.
This is was a good setup. I love his version of the Joker. Hey there, Dave. Welcome, man. The Watchmen, I think, Jason, is what you're talking about with Jackie Earle Haley. Jackie Earle Haley plays Rorschach in that. And there's that excellent sequence where you're taking my face. I love that. And also that scene in the prison. You don't get it. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped here with me.
Yes. But what did everybody think about it? I'm trying to read the chat. Do you?
Has everybody seen this? So Crave does have some retro shows. So they do, and some retro films as well. They brought in a lot of the Superman films for this one here. A lot of the Batman films. Batman Mask of the Phantasm is on Crave right now, which I want to rewatch. Actually, I like that film.
Yeah.
It's my favorite Batman film. Yeah, for me, everybody was set up good. Like Cyborg, obviously was really fleshed out here.
Yeah, not a lot of communications on the Robert Pattinson Batman. I didn't hear anything after he got sick and they had to stop the filming.
I guess slowly being done. There's nothing really much to put out right now,
Yeah.
and it's a smart move to not show too much. Like they did that. One of the biggest mistakes that Warner Brothers made is they show way too much in their trailers. Like Batman vs Superman is coming out. Oh, by the way, Doomsday's in it. You should know that in the trailer. No, we shouldn't. We should not know that in the trailer with Warner Brothers. Did we watch this CW? I do, actually. My better half actually watched it in the past. She kind of tapped out around the time that Arrow ended. Jason, I think you're going to like this, man. I really do. Dave enjoyed the heck out of the Snyder Cut. It is so much better. Like in every single way. And I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
You're going back there now?
I don't know. I'm just getting my tea.
Okay. You have the rare opportunity of having my better half actually on screen in the background. So this is a time to ask respectable questions, give comments. We literally got Crave specifically for this.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Like we got a bunch of shows that we're going to watch now on Crave. I'm finally going to see The Outsider. I'm actually excited about that. Are you watching that one with me?
Which one is that?
That's the Stephen King one where I think is it Jason Bateman?
Yeah.
You a little bit stressy?
Yeah, that's too stressful. It's yeah.
But no, I mean, it's yeah, man. There was a whole COVID situation. He's okay from what I hear.
Yeah, no,
but it's just
he's fine. It's just that they had to stop because a few crew members also got sick, so they.
Yeah.
But that was a while back. That was 3-4 months ago.
Now the Justice League it was Andy or the regular one? Oh yeah, us too actually.
It didn't make any sense at all.
I have seen Time Crimes years ago. I liked that actually. I think I got it downstairs.
There were moments when we were watching I was so there were a few things that cut the enjoyment for me because I was so cautious. And there were a couple of times where when I told Aaron, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would they do this? This is completely ridiculous. And a few seconds later,
It explained
it. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, now it makes sense. But and that's the thing, is that what he did, I think the additions that he brought, and I'm not sure what was added or what was already in the can and all that, but I was really looking for plot holes, and every time I felt that there was one, it came right after they had a valid explanation. Not only that it was valid for the the action that I didn't think made sense, but it also had a big reason for the plot of the movie, and also correcting all the crap that we saw in the original. Or I don't want to call it original. The Whedon cut, which is shit. Just like him.
The one thing I gotta say, I don't agree with you on Joss Whedon. Although I did like some of his earlier shows. I like Firefly, and I liked Buffy and Angel. I don't like Whedon as a person. But one thing I really did like is this villain in the other cut of the film, Steppenwolf really, you wondered why he's a villain throughout the entire thing. You don't understand exactly what's going
Don't
on.
spoil it for those who haven't seen it.
No, I'm not going to spoil it. But this in this one here, you have a solid reasoning behind what Steppenwolf is doing. His character's fleshed out. You can't do that. Like, remember when the Avengers did the whole Infinity War and Endgame. Thanos works because Thanos is a fleshed out character and it's a legitimate reason for doing what he does. Steppenwolf works in this film because he has a serious, solid, legitimate reason for what he does, and we don't learn too much about another character. Well, we'll mention Darkseid. We can mention Darkseid because it's pretty much all throughout it. But he gets very little screen time, but he gets enough screen time. Actually, maybe more screen time than Thanos when you really think about it for certain films.
Well, the thing
Hey there,
is,
Chris.
a good villain needs, you can't just have, well, in my opinion, I like when the villain is complicated, that, some parts of us need to empathize and understand their reason, but at the same time, the human side of us, the good side of us, needs to say, well, it doesn't matter, we can't accept what they have done or based on those motivations, as bad as they are. So you can't just have to me, those are the best villains in any story.
Well, yeah, it's
they shouldn't be just one-dimensional evil for the sake of being evil. So and that was, with the somebody mentioned, it was Matthew said the crap cut. Yes, so in the crap cut, there was no motivation, so it was just stupid.
I want to say thank you to Let's Get Physical Media for the donations. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much. Donations are very muchly appreciated, especially as we get closer to the 26th. Just putting it out there. I got to say, well, when I was going to venture in acting, one of the first things that you realize when you're doing a character, especially a villainous character, is a villain should never think that he's a villain. He should be the hero of his own story. And that's the way it works. Hey there, thank you, Victoria's Happy Place. That's how it should work. Like, you need to be, even if you're playing the most dastardly villain, you're doing the worst things. You're the Brutus, because I think Brutus is a villain in Julius Caesar. I got in a fight over that with my English teacher in high school. You got to believe that what you're doing is right. And Steppenwolf believes what he's doing is right. Darkseid is a conqueror. We find out later on much. If you read the comic books, Jack Kirby did an amazing job with the Fourth World. And I really want to see more of this. Thank you. I really do want to see more of this, and I do want to see the Woo cut of Hardboiled and Hard Target, because Zack Snyder and John Woo, they got that slow motion thing in common. Now, if Zack Snyder just put in some doves, we get that there. But so you liked the thing overall, right?
I loved it.
Who do you think shone? Aside from Cyborg, I think is going to be shone the most. But taking Cyborg out of the equation, which you really can't do. But aside from Cyborg, aside from Ray Fisher's character, which I think is a standout in this film, if you had to pick a character that stood out to you, impressed you more in this than in the other cut of the film, who would stand out?
Ben Affleck. Surprisingly, I'm not I shouldn't say I'm not a big fan. I'm just really indifferent, and I certainly was not on the Ben Affleck or the Batman for Ben Affleck, especially with the first part. But man, he actually was a good Bruce Wayne, which is really, to me, what the challenging part of being of the character Batman is. Never Batman, it's actually Bruce Wayne, and he did a great Bruce Wayne. So I think even though they were all great, obviously Ray Fisher, and the Flash, what's his face, I can't remember his name now,
Ezra Miller.
Yeah, Ezra Miller. everybody actually was great. I loved also that we didn't get a lot of Superman too, which and by the way, he's perfect as Superman, and I am very sad that he is not continuing on wearing that cape.
I don't think he got a real good shot.
No, he didn't have a good shot, and he, I thought the casting was perfect. He seemed to enjoy himself in the role. I just,
hello, Alan.
Yeah. Hello, Alan. I think that it's a shame, and I really have a lot of hope that this Snyder cut may change some things. I don't know what we need to do. I'm not usually one that would go on Twitter and do all of that stuff, but I don't know if we can put
I tweeted restore the Snyderverse.
Yeah, I think so. I think it definitely, this has proved that there is a market for this universe, especially now that Marvel is in a lull. They're going into their TV stuff, which is great, which is high quality, and
WandaVision especially.
Well, actually, I'm anticipating that all of it is going to be great. So I don't have
Inhumans.
No, I'm saying things that are happening.
Yes.
From Wanda on this new universe on Disney Plus. I think it's going to be great. I think the quality is going to be there. But this is an opportunity for Warner. Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you, Dustin, man. Mr. Snyderverse.
Yeah, we definitely should. This is, I'm not an executive in a big studio, but this is the right time to hit hard, and you have the right tools, you have the right weapon with this Snyder cut that everybody across the board, even those who don't like it, don't necessarily have some solid ground. It's overwhelmingly everybody was waiting for it, and even those who were kind of mad about it enjoyed it. So I think there's enough, there's a good market for coming in and finally being a competition to the Marvel MCU.
The one thing I'll say, and I'll go even further into the Ben Affleck Batman Bruce Wayne thing that you said. It also made me realize we didn't get enough Jeremy Irons as Alfred, because he's so damn good as Alfred. I really liked him as Alfred. I really did. I really want more Jeremy Irons.
And finally, Lois has her place in this story.
Yeah, you weren't sold on Lois in
no, I was because I'm always wary of how women are next to a giant. What is her place? How is she that important next to Superman, which is the perfect everything? And the fact that he is dangerous or can be dangerous, and that she not only is she is the only person that
I can see how you can relate.
Yes. Sure. No, I just think that they solidified her place in the story, and not just like this significant other to this very powerful being. Finally, I think I see her as, and even the actor there, who's playing that role,
Amy Adams.
Yeah,
she was actually in Smallville first season.
Yeah, but she did great, I think.
Yeah, it was a really slightly early by accident.
Oh wow!
I've seen the Apocalypse War. I haven't seen the animated. I read it, but I know that's what he was kind of going for. That would have been excellent, actually.
Listen, would I have had an issue with this Justice League being over 4 hours? No. I mean, let's think about it. There's a market for that. Who actually now watches TV shows? I certainly hate. The reason why I don't watch a lot of TV shows is because I don't want to wait for an entire week to see what happens. I like binging, and I think a lot of us do love the just going through the whole thing. So, 10 hours of the Justice League, the Snyder Cut Justice League. Yes, please sign me up.
I've seen the Human Condition, so I know.
Yeah, well,
I know how long movies can be. But yeah, congratulations on the Region Free Player, because that's awesome. Yeah, no, I'm giving you a second to talk while I actually read the things there. Please try to use the donation link down below. It helps out the channel a lot. When we super chat, it takes 40% away from us because of Google, because Google are greedy. But hey, they give me a place to talk. So, but either way that you do it is fantastic. It was originally going to be a miniseries, Iceman. You're correct on that. I think it works better like this. My kids are watching it in 2 sittings. I couldn't do that. I wanted this as like one big long. We had to. Once we started, was it. And like, I think a lot of people were watching it because it was like kind of slowing down in certain spots for us. So we had to restart the computer actually twice.
Yeah, so we had a couple of minute breaks in between the 4 hours. But yeah. I loved the chapters. I loved, like how
it was done.
Yeah.
I liked it. That would have been amazing. I would love to see this eventually down the road. Hopefully things go well in a theater. I would go. I would spend 4 hours in theater.
Oh yeah, that's not a problem.
Definitely, if this comes out on 4K, I know it's coming out on Blu-ray. It's coming out on 4K.
It's gonna come out. It's an IMAX movie. Of course, they're gonna have it on 4K.
That's what the 1:3 ratio is about, guys. By the way, was that it was meant for IMAX. So that's why we're getting like kind of a. I got to see this in 4K. Enjoy your date, man. Fox X-Men for life. Well, I want to see the X-Men go a little bit better than what Fox did afterwards. But it was overall, it blew our minds. It did. We didn't expect it to be like this.
X-Men had the X-Men had it right with one thing and one thing only, and I'm heartbroken over. I don't know what's going to happen to it, but they had again, my opinion, the casting was done right. They had everybody very, very well casted. I think I had one issue with.
One thing bothers me about like the X-Men is that I do think that Cyclops can be an intriguing character when he's done well, especially when he's not.
Cyclops is not well written in even the comic book.
He is he is now. You have not read you read the Cyclops and Ice Queen type the Emma Frost
yeah,
stuff.
But he still was an ass.
Yes, and that's like that's brought about, and he eventually becomes kind of a villain, which actually works for his character. Like he comes back from it, but he goes extremely dark. But James Marsden's such a good actor. Like give him something to work with, because the guy that plays Cyclops is really good. Like that actor, I've seen him many things. Was in Westworld.
No, he's again. Like I said, the casting was good. The only issues I had with the casting was in the first movie.
Aspect ratio.
With Rogue.
I like the Hannah Paquin.
No, she's not supposed to be. Oh, no.
Okay, but we were asking about the aspect ratio. Did the aspect ratio bother you? It didn't me. I liked it actually.
Well, when we first started, I was like, "Oh crap, this is off." Because I like. There's a reason why we have a big TV is that so that we can see things in big. So
big.
Yes. So that was an issue, but then I think afterwards it made sense. So yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously. IMAX would have been better, but hey, beggars cannot be choosers. It was okay. It didn't take me away from the action at all.
There will be
and I'm picky. So.
Baseball caps, and there will be hoodies coming. That's our next 2 things.
Yes, we'll look at that.
We get asked a lot about baseball caps. Got asked a lot about hoodies. The aspect ratio, as far as I heard, it was done that way for almost like. Because the way that it was shot, the way that it was edited, I heard that IMAX was kind of a thing. IMAX is usually longer though when you really think about it. It's again like the bigger screen. But either way, once you get into it, it works really well. Listen,
at the end of the day, my rule of thumb, if it is a decision from the director, from the person whose vision we're watching, I trust it. It's when it is a studio executive that makes a marketing decision that maybe I start wondering about it. But I'll have to say, like when I first saw it, I was not, I was a little apprehensive, but a few seconds in, I really, really, really didn't see any difference.
And I think that's a problem when you have somebody that really is going to be. you think you're going to be bothered by the aspect ratio, and she really did. Like that was a complaint before we started watching it, and the fact that he was able to like just get past that, like you had a bias going in, and he grabbed you, and you're there for 4 hours, and then the aspect ratio doesn't become
not an issue. Judith, I agree with you. The Wolverine trilogy was the best trilogy. I absolutely loved all of them.
You, really?
I did. Yes. Yes.
Even Wolverine, like the first one, with Ryan Reynolds, like
yes,
with that Deadpool.
Yeah, because we didn't know there was another Deadpool. So people are. It's after the fact when we actually got Deadpool, which is great. But at first, it was okay. That was fine.
Joker. I was not big on Joker actually. I liked it better when it was called King of Comedy, and it wasn't such a.
Yeah, they did have bland costumes.
Well, we talked about. Yeah. We watched the movie. Was it a Mary Babbitt movie?
Alan, yes, bigger is better when it comes to TVs, I suppose.
Ironically, Hugh Jackman wasn't the first choice for Wolverine. He was cast because the other actor like got hurt actually, which was Dougray Scott. Dougray Scott was going to be Wolverine, but Hugh Jackman really stood out.
Yeah, well.
But Wolverine as a character really does stand out. It's just that there's so many good. Like honestly, guys, X-Men. Like read the Claremont run, and then go into the Claremont Jim Lee run. That's what you want to see. The X-Men cartoon that you see on TV in the 90s, that's the Claremont Jim Lee run of X-Men. And the Jim Lee adjectiveless X-Men. That's where you want to look for stuff like that.
Yeah, well, from that, my favorite character, which Wolverine definitely stands, it is the, I'd say that it is the most prominent X-Men, even, for most people. But I was obsessed by Gambit.
Yeah, you were, yeah.
I absolutely loved his storyline with Rogue in the animated series. But it was just interesting.
That's how I initially got geek cred when I first met your sister. Actually, we were talking about Gambit.
Yeah.
And you're saying, "Oh, Gambit was introduced like in this." I'm like, "Oh, actually, there's the story when she was a kid storyline in New Orleans." And she's like, "Oh, you do read comics?" I'm like, her sister, by the way, is she's big comic.
Way. Like I'm not even.
Like even.
I don't consider myself to be a comic geek.
You are.
No, she is. She.
No, but she is to a different degree. I mean, like
yeah.
she does the cosplay and stuff with that, and she's good with that stuff. She's an artist. But if I did like a cosplay, it would have to be like Spider-Man with the paper bag over his head, because that's my level of costume making. Comes to stuff like that. I love the Marvel cartoons in the 90s. I really do. I think Silver Surfer was given a bad shift. I thought it was a really good cartoon. Only lasted a season. Really good.
I'm rewatching the X-Men.
Are you really now?
Yeah.
We started watching. X-Men's really good. The DC, like Justice League Unlimited is actually I find better than Justice League, but they're both good. Spider-Man I liked. I really did. Even though they called Morbius instead of blood, it was like, I need plasma. Like every X-Men movie but New Mutants and the first Deadpool. Actually, I love New Mutants. It's the Demon Bear storyline from New Mutants, and it does play a bit more like it's the pilot for a TV series, but I actually enjoyed it. Selling a Wolverine figure, I can't know that, dude. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Not Toby.
Uncle Ben.
not Toby. Sorry. This is maybe where we don't agree anymore.
Who's your favorite?
I think that.
So you got like.
Toby was too emo, and I didn't like that.
You never remember Spider-Man comics?
No.
He's an original emo character.
Yeah.
So okay.
He talks to himself a lot, and but he's not that
Okay, so
that emo.
let's break down into the Spider-Man art. Well, so there's Nicholas Hammond from the television series. There's Tobey Maguire from the first films, Andrew Garfield from the reboot of the films, and Tom Holland from the films that are going on.
Tom Holland worked for me because of the MCU. On his own, I don't know how successful he would have been if it was not attached to the MCU, because the tone is the same. So it was a continuation, and I think that's why he worked very well. And for that reason, because we are living in the MCU universe, I think that he is the one that stands the most. Andrew Garfield. He was the rebound Spider-Man, so you know what happens to rebounds. He may have been good for you, but you know what? He's still a rebound, so you let him go at some point. I think he was a missed opportunity. He was, I think physically, he was the one that appealed to me as a Spider-Man around, that time. But, again, rebound. So, yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe there's still somebody.
I got to break it down in a different way. For me, this is how it works. Tom Holland is like a great amalgamation of what we got before. Tobey Maguire was the best version of Peter Parker that you could get. He was exactly like Peter Parker was from the comics. He is emo. He is complaining. He is oh no type of thing. Andrew Garfield doesn't do a good Peter Parker, but he does an amazing Spider-Man. And that was actually on purpose, but he does. His Spider-Man, is quick-wittedness, the way he does the comebacks is exactly what you picture when you think of Spider-Man in the costume. So, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man work extremely well together, as in those respective things. Now, Tom Holland brings us into Ultimate Spider-Man, which is more Miles Morales. But, and obviously his universe is definitely, a lot of stuff is taken from the Ultimate Universe, as opposed to the 616, even though Miles is now in the 616. His version of that, for instance, is much more like the character of Miles Morales' best friend. And so you get the best version of the more modern Spider-Man with Tom Holland. But I still think, for me, I don't think that there has been a Spider-Man movie made yet, live-action Spider-Man movie, that's better than Spider-Man 2. And that was with Tobey Maguire. Doc Ock works best as a villain. The storyline, it's just all the beats hit right. And I still think it was the best film. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is still the worst film. But Garfield's too cool to be. He was too cool to be Peter Parker. That's why I could not play Spider-Man.
And Judith, I cannot dance like Toby, for sure.
No, you got to...
No,
Toby dance.
I'm not that cool.
I love the Toby dance sequence. It's so cool.
So
Yes, but you got to love it, though. Like, when you're watching it now, you kind of you're anticipating it because the Venom is so bad.
Somebody's asking how... Flip is asking what it's like being married to you.
What's it like being married to the ultimate geek?
It's a struggle.
Oh. Well, yeah, I'd agree with that. It's a struggle being married to me. It's a struggle being me and being close to me. That's the thing.
Into the Spider-Verse was amazing.
Into Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man film ever made. If we're going to go live action animation, but and what do you think of Nicholas Hammond? From the TV series. He sneezed a lot when he's got.
Oh.
You don't remember him very much, do you?
No, I don't.
You remember the Japanese Spider-Man one?
That's the one. That was my first Spider-Man.
Japanese Spider-Man? Wow.
Was it? No. It was not Japanese Spider-Man. What is that movie? From it was an 80s Spider-Man or 70s Spider-Man.
Nicholas Hammond.
Oh, well, I remember that one. I just remember the Spider-Man. I don't remember the.
One of them had Oddjob, and he wasn't playing Odd. He was playing a guy like Oddjob, the same actor.
That was one of the first VHS movies that my dad actually gave me. It was like one lot of movies that he brought from a trip, and it was that Spider-Man. It was Kazemusha. It was...
What a difference
of
films.
I know. It was the Star Wars trilogy.
Oh, nice.
Indiana Jones, I think the first two. And what else? Yeah. And I really remember the morning. I was very, very young. I probably was...
Dungeons 2 is with Sony when Spider-Man 2 broke all the broadcast records. So you're working with Sony at that time?
Who?
Dungeon Studio.
Oh.
All about the money.
Yeah.
MTV Spider-Man is actually underrated. Neil Patrick Harris plays him in that one. I actually liked that. The animation took a while to get used to, though. But I'm sorry, but I know Christopher Barnes is probably pretty known as being the voice of Spider-Man for the 90s cartoon series. But for me, it's all about Paul Souls.
Anyways.
Hey there. Here you go.
Yeah, it was a good...
Thor: The Dark World is by far the worst MCU film. Yeah. Although I think, other films made it look better, like in comparison. It didn't look good compared to that. So, if you liked the 70s Spider-Man, how did you feel about the 1980s Doctor Strange? With his,
with his...
unbuttoned shoe.
Well, I can't...
Jessica Walters as a villain. I actually like that, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Meh.
There's a reason I forgot to mention Ghost Rider. Not if... I wish I was...
Is it really part of the MCU?
No, it's not, actually. It's pre.
Thank you, Brick.
Oh, yeah, you're getting a lot of geek talk from here. Best Bruce Wayne.
Well, I don't know. After last night, I don't know. I want to say Ben Affleck. Maybe I'm still riding that high, and
I love Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. For me, the only person that got it completely right, ever, was, and she's going to disagree with this one.
I disagree.
But the one person that got it completely wrong is Christian Bale. He did not get the character of Batman right, and he did not get the character of Bruce Wayne right, actually. Were the films good? Yes. Was Christian Bale good in them? What do you say in the background?
No. I think I answered that question
but
in
Michael
another stream. Yeah, whatever.
Michael Keaton Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are the only two actors that have played Batman. I know I feel Kilmer really did too, I guess. That when you see them as Bruce Wayne, you look at them and you say, yeah, I can see the person putting on a bat suit and going out and fighting criminals. You get that. You see that. I was at Sony for 3 years. I was a movie fan. Edward Norton was the best Bruce Banner. Actually, I loved Edward Norton, but I actually like the new guy. What's his name again? You know his name. I can't believe I forgot it. Oh my God, who plays the Hulk now, guys? How can I forget that? I really like him because he can play the Professor Hulk a bit. I would like to see Ghost Rider redone, to be honest with you. They need somebody younger. Which Ghost Rider would you go with? Johnny Blaze, I guess, or Danny Ketch? I know you can go with the guy with the car, but screw that, no way. They did that in Shield, and I was like, no, I'm not there. But yeah, I go for Danny Ketch. That's my Ghost Rider from the 90s. Even though I grew up in the time of Johnny Blaze. Danny Ketch is the best running Ghost Rider. He's clearly the defendant of Batman. Well, Ruffalo, thank you, Mark Ruffalo. Thanks, Iceman. It was totally blocked in my mind, man. Which is a shame because I love Mark Ruffalo. What an awesome dude. Clooney was man, he was walking through that movie getting a paycheck. Like he said when he did the film, he was Batman and Robin. This is Batman and Robin kind of in love because he kind of played it that way. So
it was just a weird movie.
Bixby, I love Bixby. But Bixby played Banner, and in that one, Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk. So for most, there's also another guy too. But I love the Hulk TV series. It was the first time that superheroes were taken seriously in a medium. Was the Hulk TV series.
Well, it was not sold as a superhero comic movie. That's the thing.
It was the fugitive, basically. It was the fugitive form.
Yeah, that's it. With a green, jacked up guy, and that's it.
But it was well done. I mean, it was
No,
so
no,
well
I
done.
agree. I loved that. God, I watched the crap out of that show. But
And
it was
Bixby,
not sold as a superhero movie at all.
Bixby gets the earnestness. Like, it's important to get the earnestness of the character right, because, you know, it's a pretty ludicrous thing. The Bat credit card. Don't leave the Bat cave. I like the Bat credit card sequence, actually. Okay, I saw my daughter's first film in theater, and like she was really young. She was running up there now, so the entire film was Batman and Robin. And I actually phoning it in, yeah. Basically, I actually enjoyed.
Nice to meet you. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. It had bad
That's you cannot say that Batman and Robin is not a beautiful looking film. Oh my god, because it is gorgeously shot, and the set design's amazing. But is it a great film? No, it's not even a good film. But I have fun with them. I watched them all.
I stand by my current opinion that I now want more
Ben Affleck,
Ben Affleck.
Batman,
Yeah, I want Bad Affleck
Batfleck.
or Batfleck. Yeah, that's
Yeah, and
out.
that's going to bring like more Jim Irons as Alfred. I'm all about that because he gets Alfred right. Like he gets Alfred so right.
like, I want to see because they hinted, the Robin storyline in that end credit piece, and I'm like, well, I want to know. I want to see that now.
And I'm going to say it, Jared Leto, although I'm not a big fan of Jared Leto.
He
did
was
a good
scary.
job. He
was
Jared Leto's scary anyway, but
Yeah,
scary.
well, yeah, he is.
Joel Schumacher's amazingly talented,
Yes,
but those were studio pictures. Those are obviously like people that think that Joel Schumacher couldn't do a dark Batman has never seen anything else that Joel Schumacher has done because 8mm is dark as hell. No, not boring. Insane, yes, but boring. I don't think anybody is going to look at Batman and Robin and say boring.
No,
It's a
not
visual
boring.
feast for the eyes. It's not a good movie, but it is a visual feast for the eyes.
It's a weird Batman.
It is like almost a throw. It's like it is a 2-hour like toy commercial. I'm really hoping Pattinson's Batman is going to be good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a little weary on a couple things. I'm still not big on the Riddler, the way that they're doing that. I get it, but I'm just worried that they're going to go edgy for the sake of being edgy, and I'm not about that anymore. I mean, we're past that now.
I agree with Dave. Affleck makes the best older grizzled Batman. Absolutely.
100%. Like the other characters that we're talking about. Like Michael Keaton was young when he played Batman.
If they ever make a Batman Beyond, he should be the old Bruce.
Well, actually, that might be Keaton. No,
Are you serious? God damn it!
yeah, it's been rumored.
Oh.
But you never know. This could change everything. Fox's Quicksilver's in the MCU. Well, sort of. I mean, like, Boner is in the MCU right now.
Yeah, but there's more to it, I'm sure.
If you like your Ralph Boner, then you got that right now. Matt Reeves, but so did Craig Mahoney. Like, and a lot of people are going to disagree on this. I get it. It's okay. But so did Chris Nolan. Chris Nolan had the chops, but he did not get or understand what at all that Gotham is a character in Batman. Like he's like, oh, Gotham can just be Chicago. No, Gotham's a character. There's a reason there's a TV series called Gotham, and there's another series about the Gotham Police Department. Gotham's a character in the Batman comics. It's even better than Dark Knight Returns. I'll be honest, Iceman. I'm going to give you kind of like an. Thank you so much. There, we got another donation. I want to say thank you, Neuroleptic, for the donation. I think that I was not a big fan of Dark Knight Returns. That wasn't my favorite Batman, actually, comic. I was iffy on it.
It was not a...
Rob Snyder as Ghost. Ben Affleck is a much better actor than people gave him credit for. That's for sure. Leonardo DiCaprio would make a good. I think he's too young.
Who?
DiCaprio, and I think he's too small too.
He would make what?
Bruce Wayne Batman.
He's not.
Johnny
young
Depp is the
anymore.
Joker.
He's not young.
I think Johnny Depp would be too. I don't know. Maybe Johnny Depp would be able to do it. I'm not sure.
No. Sorry,
Which one?
Johnny Depp as a Joker.
Who?
I mean, it'll be the same weird character that he plays.
Question. Here's a good question for you. Here's a controversial question. You guys can answer this too. I'm gonna ask my better half. And by the way, if you're watching this right now and you have not yet hit the like button, please spike this whole video. It'd be muchly appreciated. Who do you think's the best Joker? Because I got an answer. And guys, who's the best Joker? Come on. Nobody's going to have my answer. You're not going to have my answer. They're not going to have my answer. But I have an answer. Live action. We're live action. Not Mark Hamill. We're not going... That's an easy route.
The thing is that they
Very different portrayals of the Joker.
they work. Yeah. So if we're looking at
Like, who's your guy's favorite Joker?
the one that a lot of people would say Heath Ledger, and I don't disagree with you at all. I didn't watch a lot of Gotham, but I watched the run with.
Oh, maybe you're going to say what I'm going to say.
Yeah, so I didn't watch. I watched the run with the character that was so perfect as you know, as the Joker. So I would go. Can't remember his name now.
Cameron Monaghan.
He was, as a young Joker, he nailed it.
That's
I think that I would go with.
I'm shocked that you said it, because that is my answer. I think that Cameron Monaghan brings the best parts of Jack Nicholson and the best parts of Heath Ledger, and still adds his own, and best parts of Cesar Romero too, actually.
Yeah.
But still adds his own like taste of the Joker, and does it in 3 iterations of the character as well. Like my pick, much like Dungeon Studio, my pick before would have been Jack Nicholson, because I felt he was born to play the role. Some people felt that Jack was playing Jack in the Joker. I don't. I think he did a really good job. Nicholson's.
He definitely did channel Romero. Yeah, he did.
But you would have to, and that's the thing. Like Heath Ledger would try to do something different, but there's bits of Jack and Heath Ledger as well. But the thing is, Cameron Monaghan gets it the best, in my opinion. And he is such a young, talented actor. I'm hoping that he gets to go on to do other stuff. It's a shame he was never allowed to actually be called the Joker in the series. It's just, the Velasquez guy, Jeremiah Velasquez and all that. But Mr. J.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you haven't watched Gotham, and I'm not recommending the show in any way or shape. But just if you can just go.
I am recommending the show.
Okay, well, he recommends the show. I don't care less for it. But if you can just go and check it out, Google it, and YouTube it, and see at least some of his, some scenes that he has. I would, I think you may see as a new Joker character. I thought he would be great. Thank you, Zack.
Thank you, Zack. But yeah, I say Danny Ketch for Ghost Rider. What do you want?
Who's Danny Ketch? I don't know.
Well, there's Johnny Blaze, the original Ghost Rider from the 70s and 80s. Danny Ketch is the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Ghost Rider to actually pick one or the other. So if you say so.
All versions of Joker are great. That's a great diplomatic answer, David.
No, but I agree
it's true,
too. That's why I had a hard time.
Daniel
Because they worked for whatever universe they were on. I don't think that I would have liked somebody else in the Keaton era other than
Well, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to put this out there, and a lot of people aren't going to like this, but I got to be honest. Least favorite Joker, the movie The Joker. I don't feel that Phoenix ever comes across in that film
I don't even count
as
it
the Joker.
as the Joker. I really, really don't count that movie to have anything to do.
Daniel Day-Lewis, I could see that. Daniel Day-Lewis can play anything, though.
Yeah.
Like, he's just one of those actors. One of his favorite movies is Last of the Mohegans. So...
What a waste of 3 hours of my life that movie was. And not because of the quality
not
of the
read the
movie.
book?
I shouldn't say that in any way or shape. It's, it is a good movie. It's just not my type of movie. And, yeah.
No, not the one in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, definitely not.
No.
Like, that's good for the TV version of it, but my Ghost Rider's got to have a motorcycle man.
Oh, he's retired. Okay.
He has retired. Yeah, he's retired from acting.
Sure.
Yeah, the Joker film's weak. I mean, it's weak sauce, in my opinion. I know a lot of people love it, and everybody likes their own thing. So, like, you don't have to agree with me, or it's just,
Which brings me to Aaron's title, DC versus Marvel.
Versus whatever.
Saturday.
It was kind of a joke. It was a clip.
I know,
clickbaity
but
type
it's just like, because we talked about that earlier. I was like, why?
Dude, they have to verse each
Why
other.
is it that people lock themselves into liking one thing and one thing only, and they get pissed at people who like everything?
Pennyworth,
I
what we
want
talked
a
about.
buffet of things that I love.
Your DC, your Marvel, your Image.
I want it all. I want the cheesy stuff. I want the good stuff. I want, also want the bad stuff, and I want to like some of the bad stuff. Why is it that people are so gung-ho on being one versus the other? I mean, we should be happy that everybody
Tribe mentality
is doing we're consumers of this. The more product, the better. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Not
true.
just about DC versus Marvel, but anything. Like, why is it that we have to pick one company or...
Somebody's Cubic said that's a good point.
Yeah.
And I got to watch the last Blockbuster. Actually, I want to watch that with my better half. That's one.
What is that?
That's I think it's a documentary on the last
Okay.
Blockbuster.
Sure.
Blockbuster, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's okay if you like it, but it's okay that other people like other things. Like,
I think that it's okay to have it kind of like have
consoles.
like a fun little like rivalry thing. But when it gets to the point where it's got to right now, where you don't
who
like
sends
this,
you a paycheck from Marvel or DC or Fox or Warner or Disney or Sony
According to
or
online.
Nintendo we are the ones paying for this crap. We're buying their things.
well, to be fair, Dungeon Studio got a paycheck from Sony for 3 years.
Well, except Dungeon, I suppose.
but no, I mean, like,
Just enjoy.
in all honesty, it's okay to, like, have your team type of thing, but it's not okay to do it at the detriment of somebody else. I get the fun, like, I like Marvel, I like DC. That's okay. I like them both, and other stuff as well. But you cannot just you miss out on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, try different things. And by the way, I'm saying this in self-disclosure. I know what I like, and I know what I don't like. And, I know Aaron sometimes, I might not be the best partner to him with his, he wants me to, to see this and read this or watch that. And usually I look at it and right away I know yes or I know it's a no.
She has not watched Rick and Morty, guys.
Yeah, because I'm
Or
not
Solar
interested.
Opposites.
I'm not saying that that there's anything bad about that show. Clearly, there's millions and millions of people love this show, and good for them. But it's not for me, and I don't really want to invest my time in it. But I'm not gonna go and tell people that show is shit, or that they shouldn't watch that, or just do what you want and leave people do what they want.
I love Dolph Lundgren's Punisher. He's so fun.
Who?
Dolph Lundgren's Punisher, the 80s Punisher.
Oh, yes. Oh, that was that was actually a fun movie.
I actually, somebody mentioned Pennyworth, and I got to say right now, love the first. I haven't seen the second season yet, but love absolutely everything. But the first season of Pennyworth, the Alfred show, the one.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Just Frank directed the Batman film. Lena Romay as Catwoman.
Whoa.
That'd be one. That'd be some Batman film. I don't have the one. I don't have the blue. Actually, as far as I know, Umbrella Entertainment's the only company that's ever put the Blu-ray for Punisher. It's on my list of ones that I want to have. I just started working with Umbrella Entertainment, so I don't know, if I get copies from years ago, maybe. I don't know. I'd review it, that's for sure, because I love the film, and there's 2 cuts of the film on there. I'm all about those fan edit cuts. I love those. Strangers with Candy. Did you watch Strangers with Candy? I can't remember very well. I know I watched it a little bit, but I wasn't huge on it.
No, that doesn't.
Second season is good. That's good. I mean, because the first season was amazing. We just haven't had the time to get around to watch it. There's been so much. Both of us work, so we're working usually from 9 to 5.
Oh no, yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
There's German release too.
Yeah, that's too weird for me.
Lewis Wilson's version of Batman.
Yeah.
I actually have it. I mean, I got the 2. I think I have both the original. Or I used to have both of the mini. Yes, I remember the show.
Yeah.
I got both of the old serials of Batman series. They're fun. They were fun. The best superhero serial by far is the whole Captain Marvel serial, though. That's great.
Now, what happened to Sin City? Now that comic book style impressed me so.
I like the first Sin City. I don't know if I've actually got through the second one. But I'm not a huge fan of the creator of Sin City. But we can't deny that his run on Daredevil was really good. It was one of the best runs on Daredevil for that time. But I love Green Lantern. I'm not a huge fan of Jeff Johns or especially Ethan Von Sciver because screw that guy.
Sin City, and I won't get into the.
Let's not get into that part.
Yeah, let's forget about the.
That's not what we're here for.
Yeah, Sin City was the style. Obviously, was the movie was all about the style of
It's
the
a stylistic
movie,
film,
and I'm happy that it stayed this way. I don't personally, and again, this is my personal opinion, I don't want to see anything else done that way.
The Spirit.
Oh God.
The Spirit was horrible, by the way. Just put that out there.
But it's because again, if you've seen it, it's just a one-off thing, and this is cool, and that's that.
Well, I think that it works as long as you're using as long as it's the Sin City. If you're gonna make a Sin City movie, okay, yeah, I get making that style. I don't think it works with other
right.
ones. Roger Corman's fantastic. Yes, he did Dungeon. He actually did a Fantastic Four with Alex Hyde White, right, as Mr. Fantastic. Jay North was Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze. Yeah, Johnny Storm. Sorry. Hey there, Jamie. Welcome, man.
300. I like Sword and Sandal movies. I absolutely love Sword and Sandal movies, but I like the old ones. I haven't seen any modern.
I didn't mind 300. She hated it, actually.
I really hated 300 for various reasons.
I love Spartacus, the series. That was awesome.
I didn't like Spartacus. I didn't.
You know he died, right?
I know. And then they had a second season with somebody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they
Xena was nude in Spartacus.
Yes, I know. There was a lot of nudity in
Spartacus,
which I don't mind either. That's fine. That's not the reason why I didn't like it. Yeah, I just to me.
That's the reason
I think it's the nostalgia. Sword and Sandal movies are a childhood thing, and they're cheesy and they don't make sense, and they're just that silly, very silly movies when you watch them as an adult. But that's what I like. Nowadays, Sword and Sandal movies are made seriously. They take themselves seriously, and I don't care less about that. So I like the Corman stuff for sure.
I think honestly, at this point, the Corman version of Fantastic Four is still my favorite version of Fantastic Four. If you're a comic book fan, though, one thing that I would recommend, I want to make sure I got the name right. There's a really good documentary about the Canadian comic book surge called Lost Heroes, which I would recommend. If you like documentaries and you like comic books, or if you just like really good documentaries, I would recommend Lost Heroes because it's really, really good.
Yeah, and I get it. I get a lot of people like the like Spartacus
not
type of
Dennis
shows. Yeah, I just yeah, they're not to be taken seriously, and a lot of the shows, like even, and I'm not just looking at Spartacus, I'm looking at a lot of the period shows. They're now done in a very gritty way, like Vikings or Spartacus or
Vikings was cool actually. Have you never seen
Rome, any of that. They're actually serious TV shows. They're greatly made TV shows, but that's not what I actually want from a sword and sword and sandal. I want the cheesiness, of all, just. I don't know. What is that new one that your company put out? Vinegar Syndrome.
Which one?
The big one that they put out.
Beastmaster?
Yeah, Beastmaster.
Don Cascarelli.
Yeah, like that cheesiness, that type of cheesiness.
Oh yeah, the 2000 AD documentary. We love that, and Image Revolution watched a couple times too.
Yeah.
Would you all consider Kingdom of Heaven's Sword and Sandal? Well, I guess in a way. I mean, like, I think more of what was it called, the Pablum, right? The older stuff.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the Crusades movie, is that? Yeah. I don't know if I would consider them sword and sandal.
You like the old Matisse ones you're doing, the Hercules, Steve Reeves and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I'm talking about like the Greek mythology type of things, and where there's or even the Conans, and those were cheesy, great movies.
I loved both Conan films. I know a lot of people hate on Conan the Destroyer, but I love Conan the Destroyer actually.
I mean, like, you can't even rate them because they're so cheesy. Like, well, I wouldn't put a rating on them. They're just what they are.
Their rating is awesome. That's their rating. Hey there, Alvin. Welcome, man. Yes, we do. Actually,
Hi, Jamie.
We're both big on the Hammer Volume 6. We need 5 and 6, actually. Those are the two we need to get.
Okay, yeah. Barry Lyndon. Yes, yeah. That was a long movie too.
Kubrick's, what's his favorite? Like Kubrick,
that's
his favorite.
Kubrick, with the name, I would assume that definitely would be. See, my sister is that she loves those period movies.
Which sister?
Munya.
Really?
Although she's more into the like the
When you wants the period stuff like Tudors, where the guys are cute and stuff like that.
The Tudor
with the cute
period,
guys.
No, not the show. Like the actual stories, the history behind it, and the intrigue. She likes the intrigue of the courts and all of that. That stresses me out. So sometimes, I'm not the best audience.
Her name is Hind, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
Jamie.
Hind. Yeah, I'm I don't get very excited about movie,
I'm a
things
huge
to
Conan
buy.
fan.
But that Hammer set looked really nice.
Yeah, that's like the Fu Manchu set, by the way, that we got because of my better half. Like, she was the one, like, strongly with that, and the Hammer 5 especially Volume 5 is much like the Fu Manchu set. So the pirates type of thing. So 6 too. That we like Indicator. We're big fans of Indicator.
Yeah.
Tudors was good. That's where Henry Cavill came from, wasn't it? Henry Cavill, I'm sorry. I got it right.
Yeah, I've seen the Scorpion King.
Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad, man. those PlayStation 1, not PlayStation 2. I'm not going to give it that level of graphics. PlayStation 1 level of graphics and Scorpion King, not the best, man.
Bridgerton, everybody's
I haven't
talks
seen Bridgerton,
about it. Well, it's the...
I know what it is. I just haven't seen it.
But like in as far as eras, like if I watch something, I'm actually more interested in the Victorian era, just because of the aesthetics of it, and I think most people do. The era for Bridgerton is the oh God, what is it called now? Is it Regency? Or what is it
See, for me, the one that interests me, they haven't seen, is the Dickensian. I want to see Dickensian. I hear great stuff about Dickensian. Charles Dickens character.
Yeah, no.
From put together.
No, again, I don't want human condition stories. I don't want that. I want
Barkis is a villain.
What is it called now? Yeah, it is the Regency. Yes, it is the whatever How do you pronounce that?
Regency.
Regency. Thank you. The Regency era, which is I find it. The aesthetic is not the best. You know those. The wigs and corsets and.
Yeah, I love
They're
Penny
not even
Dreadful.
the nice corsets.
I
like
love
the
Penny
Victorian
Dreadful.
times.
Love Penny Dreadful. I haven't seen Penny Dreadful City of Los Angeles, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But I love the original Penny Dreadful.
I loved the first run of it for sure.
And I especially like Billie Piper.
Yeah.
Her character has a really great like aside from the fact that yes, I like Doctor Who and Billie Piper's nude and Penny Dreadful. Not gonna lie, I like that. But her character has a really good arc.
Yeah.
That you don't expect.
Yeah.
As does kind of the Frankenstein monster.
Yeah.
That was a shocker.
And I heard the Bridgerton show, like their casting also is diverse. I think, which and again I really
Speaking
haven't
of
seen,
that type of stuff, we gotta see Lovecraft County too.
Oh?
Lovecraft too. We gotta watch that. Lovecraft.
Yeah, we gotta watch that. It's just I need to be in the right mindset to see it.
She can't just watch anything like me because basically it'll stick with her.
Yeah, I'm not one of those, watch and you move on to something else or you get back to life. Like I don't experience catharsis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Catharsis. You're right.
I don't experience that. Like I'm not someone who's like, oh my god, I had a good cry. Now I'm doing better. For me, it's like I had a cry that's gonna last me for the next month. And same thing with getting scared. I don't just move on from it. I'm gonna be thinking about that scene or whatever it is for months and months. And yeah, I just no. So that's why I curate my watching experiences around my sensitivities.
And I watch some things before just to see if there's gonna be something that she's not gonna like, and I'll tell her you better not watch this one.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the Winchester movie yet. Actually, I haven't. I've been meaning to, but I haven't got around to it.
That's an Aaron thing. Billie Piper was great in Doctor Who. Yeah, and she was also really good. I think she was my least favorite character in Penny Dreadful.
She has such a good look.
She did a great job, but I think but I don't think it's her fault. I think it's the character again. It's that dreadfulness of that character that bothered me. Which means that she did a good job, obviously. But yeah, not.
Do you like mafia movies and TV shows?
It depends. I'll have to be. Like generally speaking, I do, but it's not something that I would go like, oh my god, I feel like watching a mob movie. But obviously, the great. No, violence is not really that big of an issue for me. It's the human emotion.
And you like all the action movies,
the dreadfulness of somebody who's going through something. I'm an empath, like really, really, really. I soak up other people's emotions. So, So
she really gets into the movies.
Yeah, I really, really get into it. Like, and maybe I don't know if I'm the worst audience or the best audience for these things, but it just stays with me. So violence does not bother me as long as it's not. Now I shouldn't say that. Violence bothers me. I don't appreciate violence against women. For the sake of violence against women, the exploitative part of it, I don't. I just don't like it. Obviously, who does? Who should like it? And I don't like when people, even animals
like
being
dynamite.
hurt. Well,
I like violence.
Yeah, but like heads being cut and wounds and guts falling. I don't care about that. It doesn't do anything to me. It's more so the human condition piece that bothers me.
What movie scared you the most? Jason said his for Silver Bullet. I'm actually surprised, but I actually like Silver Bullet. I had a huge crush on Megan Follows, who was in Silver Bullet. And I think went to one of my schools actually, once up in Ontario.
What movie scared me the most?
The Spear Brothers at Winchester. Jamie knows them, actually. I'll check it out, man. I've been wanting to see it for a while. I just don't have Winchester.
I watched some of it. I didn't find. I thought it was a great TV series. It's just that I just didn't finish it because I fell out of.
She has a collector's edition of ET, so I'm sure she likes it.
E.T. was my first ever movie experience, and I probably was 3.5, 4 years old. Yeah, so that was my actual, and the reason why I have the collector's edition, it's simply because of that. I have not rewatched it. I think I watched it in my entire life 3 times. And I don't intend to see it again. Again, it's an amazing movie, but I'm going to be
I think the perfect example of like you
days.
getting bothered by a film, especially you don't like animal cruelty in films or anything, even when it's fake. And we went in to see, we're at a digital film festival, so we bought tickets for all these different films.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually we go to see The Thing in the theater.
Which I've seen before, by the way. So it was not a new thing for me.
The Thing?
Oh yeah. I had seen it before. It's just like I don't like. I had seen it a long time.
Because it comes to the dog sequence.
I couldn't.
And you freaked, and you like literally, she ran at the theater when the whole dog sequence happened at the beginning of the film.
Yeah, I just was like, I don't want to. I can't. Scary movie that scared me the most.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre scared me when I was a kid.
I didn't. Yeah, I haven't watched the whole thing.
The original? Oh, you're watching?
Yeah, I'm not. I think like I don't think I have like. There are things that stayed with me in a scary movie. Like I remember watching like a not so good scary movie, and I don't know why I watched it. It's one of those haunting movies, fairly recent, like in the past 4 or 5 years.
You watched the Haunting one?
I don't know why, and it might have been somebody suckered me into it for sure. Like I didn't go into it.
I'm gonna guess your sister, since you think.
Probably. And it was like this haunting, and it was something about 3:45 a.m. It's the haunting of somebody. And it was just about that little 3:45 a.m. where whatever the bad things happened. That stayed with me to this day. I was like, what the hell? It's a stupid movie. It's not even a good movie. But that stayed with me for years. So I don't have like a movie that scared me a lot, where I was like, oh my god, this is like the scariest movie ever. It's little pieces of different movies that I watched that stayed with me and to this day still creep me out. So I don't know if I don't know, did you ever feel this way, or do you have like one ultimate movie that scared the hell out of you?
Someone said The Omen scared them when they were younger. Someone said don't get the obsessiveness about people wanting uncut animal cruelty versions of films. I agree.
Oh, I can't.
Like that should be taken out. Like one, like I agree with Cinematheque. Yeah, if there's an animal cruelty free version, that's the version you want to show. Either don't show the movie at all, or show the animal cruelty free version, because we don't want to see that. I don't. Amityville never scared me. I mean, like I knew Amityville. I knew going in, like even as a kid reading about it.
There's a few scenes of the Amityville movies that I recall, but the rest of it was fine. It's just like little pieces here and there.
But it was fake. That's the thing that
of course it's all fake, but it doesn't matter.
Of course there are ghosts. I believe in ghosts.
Anyways, moving on from that. Somebody
Neil
asked me,
Marsh's The Descent was extremely
what's
scary.
my favorite comedy?
I have some certain claustrophobia issues sometimes. The Descent was extremely scary.
Yeah, that was
legit.
Yeah. The thing that scares most of us, was certainly for me that I identify as being really scary, is when you are in a situation, it doesn't matter what it is, but you find yourself in a situation and you have no control over it. That's why zombie movies are scary. The concept of like a virus.
We're not getting into that.
Okay, we should move on from that. But like the idea, look at us, like we're stuck home and we can't do anything. There's nothing we can do about it. But imagine if it's actually worse than. Well, obviously this situation is terrible, but like in a Hollywood terrible type of thing. That's why like not having control over a situation, something that's there, it's stronger than you, it's more powerful than you, and you can't get out of it. That's
for me.
I like Chaplin, Kubrick.
Keaton too. You like Keaton, right? That's
I do like Keaton, yes.
Harold
but I think I've watched
Harold
more
Lloyd is
Chaplin.
underrated.
I've watched more Chaplin in my life than Keaton. I think for maybe Access.
One thing I do have to say, like one thing that scares me. My sister was scared of zombie with my young sisters actually. She said, "Hey there, Dagger." Zombie scared her because in other films, you could play dead or hide or whatever. Zombies don't care. They're going to eat your brain anyway.
To me, it's not even that. It could be anything. It's the
No,
fact. It's when you have and you're not even by yourself. Like when I think of the nightmare scenario, it's when you have your loved ones with you and you can't do anything about a situation.
But-
it's basically that nightmare. I think a lot of us, maybe all of us, had that when we woke up. We were in a situation where we were trapped for whatever the nightmare is, and then we get to the point where that's it. Whoever's coming to get us is there, or whatever the situation. You got to the point where there's no way out, and then you wake up. That's kind of like what is very scary in movies. It's that situation where there's really nothing you can do. You're trapped in that situation, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you're just waiting.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Zombies aren't the thing that scares me. Like,
it's not the zombie piece. It's
what scares me? Like, what scares me? One of the type of films that scare me are the realistic films. It's the strangers that scares me. It's the Eden Lakes that scare me, because they haunt me and they stick with me, because the scariest monster is human, and that really happens. Like a lot of the stuff like ills like them and strangers, we're all taken from actual things that actually happened, and that terrifies me. Is that darkness of humanity that can actually that can knock on your door.
Yeah, but to me, whatever. It's the idea that you're trapped in a situation. That's what scares me the most, whether it's human or obviously other things. Kubrick asked what.
That was my opinion. What scares me?
Sorry. Yes. Most boring movie I've ever seen.
Exactly, Jamie. A guy with a knife is much scarier than a ghost or anything supernatural, because
a
guy with a knife
it's more likely.
is real.
What's the most boring movie that I ever watched?
I know mine.
I can't.
The Karloff set is great, Alvin. Shuffling zombies or running zombies? She's more zombies than me. I go with shuffling, but I don't really. I find them fun. I find zombie movies fun.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I don't know, but more boring movies, I probably don't remember them, which is why they were boring. I'll have to think about it. I'm not sure. Give me examples.
Boring films?
Yeah.
I don't know. I found it took me a long time to get through, what was the name of that movie? The Rob Zombie Halloween 2. It took me a long time to get through that film. It took me a long time to get through both the Rob Zombie Halloween films, actually. Excuse me. And it should be something that I really like, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I was bored by it. See, the worst thing a movie can be is boring. I love bad movies. Like, have a bad movie that'll be fun. Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, we actually had fun with that film. Is that a good film? No, not remotely a good film. Remember Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, right? But you know what it was? It was fun. It was cheesy. It knew what it was. Nail Gun. I love Nail Gun Massacre, man.
They're bad movies, but at least there's something that happens.
Yeah. Children of the Corn, yes, that is a snooze fest. I'll be honest with you, Cinematech. My kids hate Children of the Corn. Thank you, Dagger Man.
You. Dune, boring? Which one? The movie? No, well...
She's a huge Dune fan, guys. You should know that going in.
That's okay. I value your opinion, Elvin. It was not the best movie, but it is,
I thought it was fun.
It was my introduction to seeing that.
I loved the
story.
Naked Lunch, actually. I really like Naked Lunch.
I don't think I've seen that.
William Burroughs, like a...
Oh, I should say...
cockroach typewriter.
Yeah, no. I didn't like that. I find, generally speaking... should I say that? I found some of Bergman movie to be very boring.
No, you can be honest. If you don't like something, be honest about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, I actually liked the David Lynch's Dune as well.
I think people talking about films they find boring are boring. I agree. It's like
True.
it puts a negativity to it that I'm not really comfortable with.
I am so looking forward to that new Dune movie. More than any of the Justice Leagues and King Kong and all of those movies coming up this year. That was the movie. Really, really top movie that I didn't even know was happening, and I found out fairly late that it was. Actually, I found out around the time where the trailers were coming out. So I am so excited.
Speaking of, well, actually, since Rob Zombie's mentioned, I guess I should drop this news. So it's already been mentioned. I want to get your opinion on this. Rob Zombie is making the Monsters.
I think he's going to do good.
Yeah.
I just want him to restrain himself from making it too
Some mother effing monster.
Yeah, like let's.
Well, Rob Zombie.
I know, Kubrick. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah.
But no, I mean, like, in all honesty, yeah, I think Rob Zombie can do a good job with the Monsters. He's a huge fan. He actually bought the car back in the day.
Yeah. No, I think he would do good.
Find out Rob's cure for insomnia. Yeah, pretty much right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. Boring is probably the wrong word. Yeah, it wasn't interested or engaged. I agree because again, something that may have worked for me, a lot of the times doesn't work for somebody else. Like even Aaron and I, we actually say this is an us thing when there's like a movie or a TV show and we talk about it and we're like, okay, this is an us thing, and so we know that that's something we are both going to watch.
And there's a you thing, and
and there's a an Aaron thing, and then there's a me thing, and that's fine.
I want Rob Zombie to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He actually put out initially a Texas Chainsaw Massacre like proposal. It became House of Thousand Corpses. Yeah, no, but that's a petition I'm not going to sign. He did commentary on Scream Factory release of the Monster. I'm not huge on Scream Factory, but I would love to have those Monsters films because I know that Rob Zombie he's really good with commentaries. I'm a huge commentary fan. That's like one of my favorite things on like in a featurette. Commentaries and visual essays. Dune has a strong cult following.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of the Dune cult.
Oh yes, absolutely. I actually liked the sci-fi series, the two miniseries. It was not the most faithful thing, but
it's more faithful than the
well,
Lynch
yes,
film.
well, yeah. Well, again, but there's a story behind that. There's a lot of crap behind that. At least with the miniseries, that was basically them saying, we're gonna, follow. It's a miniseries, so they had time to develop things. So I actually liked that miniseries a lot, but I'm excited to see what's.
We kind of mentioned the Hammer, so we'll talk about it in a little bit actually. I want to get my better house.
I leave him go. Do you want to move on to that?
No, not yet.
Step out.
But I want you to be here for that because this is one of the film's things that you do a little bit more. Stop trying to escape. If one of us walks out of a theater when the movie's playing, does the other walk out of the theater? One, we don't normally walk out of a theater when the movie's playing. It's only happened once, and in that time it was very much yes.
And I was not in a good space too.
You were bothered by the Thing film, and I came out, and you said, "Go back in. You can watch the movie." And I'm like, "No, I can watch the movie anytime. If you're bothered by something, I'll stick with you." So that's what it's like to be married to Aaron. Not too bad.
Oh, come on! Stop patting yourself in the back. Road Games.
Road Games is amazing. Like Road Games is Stacy Keach and Jamie Lee Curtis. It's done by Richard Franklin, shot in Australia, and I think I showed it to you. Like before.
I've seen that movie.
The Indicator. So Jamie knows the guy that works with Indicator that put out the Road Games edition of that, and apparently it's like the must-have like edition of the film.
I actually really like that movie.
So that's an edition I do want to get like in the future when they've still got the hard box edition of it out there, because Road Games is actually one of my personal favorites. I love Richard Franklin. He was an amazing director. He passed on too soon. I think that I know Richard Franklin inspired Jamie, like when it comes to films, and they were beats both Umbrella and Scream Factory versions. You and Kubrick did it at the same time?
Oh, sorry.
No, this is good. Beats both the Umbrella and Scream Factory version. Okay, it's taken from the internet and not a print, which is good. That's what you want it to be.
That's language that I don't understand.
Internegative, not just a print of the
Yes. Yeah, that was actually a good movie. I really, it was the right balance of, suspense and, yeah, it was adrenaline, but it was not to the point where I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have fond memories of that movie, and I'd like to rewatch it, revisit it together.
We'll get that one done when we order when we eventually get the bones, order the Hammer set and pre-order whatever. We'll do Road Games at the time, because it's not too expensive. It's better to do them like that because we're going to save on shipping that way. What's kind of comical is where it's kind of behind. Like if I'm talking, sometimes it'll show that you talking there. So I'm like, is him talking? Yeah, making fun of me behind my back.
The theme of Road Game is very similar to Raiders, and Road Game was done slightly ahead of.
That's to the main title. Oh, the theme song.
Oh, wow. I actually never thought of that. Ooh, that's exciting.
See, Jamie, she's a huge fan of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's one of her favorite movies of all time.
Well, it is part of the trifecta for me, so yes. Oh,
so
excellent.
That's on our list then. That's on our list once again.
That is exciting.
What do you think the fourth Indiana Jones film? Crystal Skulls.
Yeah, thank you. You don't need to remind me of which one it is. I'm sorting my thoughts before I say.
Well, I will say one thing. I'll put it there right now. Crystal Skulls had a great bucket like that you could get for your popcorn. I love that bucket. It was really cool. It's a great bucket.
I think
Leprechaun Origins.
I think the story.
Yeah, me too.
The story fit in a way that the Crystal Skulls, the legend, fit the Indiana Jones lore. So it was a different continent. It was perfect in a way that they could have gone with something. There was something there, like there was a good nugget that they could have explored, and it would fit very well with the theme of Indiana Jones in general. What came out to me was, as much as I love Harrison Ford, he did not want to be there. I didn't feel, and I could be wrong, but that's the impression what was kind of channeled as a watcher. I didn't feel that he really cared about being there at all, and that took away from the quality of the movie. And there were other issues that there was a lot of issues. I can, as a big fan, it's hard for me to say, oh, I wish they don't make them anymore. I will always want more. Whether it was with Star Wars, the same thing when they rebooted it and all of that. I can't, you can't say something that you love. You're like, you know what? I don't want any more of this really, really delicious, food that I love. I should stop now. They shouldn't make it anymore. No, you want more of it, and sometimes you get sick of it. But the point is, it to me was very sad that they had a lot of good ingredients, but I guess the recipe didn't come out together. Why am I making analogies about food a lot? I don't know. What do you folks think about it? I have a love-hate relationship with Harrison Ford lately in his last few years, where I know he's sick of it, but yeah, I don't know. What is saying? Yeah.
That's-
There's a 4K for Indiana Jones.
Yeah, the set I showed you from that. That's gonna be gorgeous.
I don't know what they're gonna do with another one, the fifth one that's coming. I haven't heard anything about it.
I don't know. I mean, introduce another a daughter or son, I guess, and go from there.
Why not? I'll watch it. See, here's the deal. I will go see it.
Yeah, like same here. But or we'll stream whatever the hell it's being done at the time. Razorback, yes, buy Razorback. It's really.
Oh my
really
God, Kubrick, absolutely. The X-File movie and the fourth Indiana Jones. Yeah, that's the thing, is that you really, really, really want them. But then, and everything looks good from the surface. Like, if you actually deconstruct it, you're like, this is a good idea, this is great, this is that. But then when you all mix it together, it doesn't come out right. Yeah, they weren't bad, it's just that they weren't it.
I get hungry.
I liked Cowboys and Aliens.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of what's his face.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, don't care that's his name.
I thought he did.
Oh, Blade Runner is amazing. I absolutely love that movie.
I don't think they'll bring back Shia LaBeouf. Actually, I really don't.
And I love both versions. I love obviously the original, and I love the what is it, like Blade Runner or something. The number, I can't remember what year. Yes, I absolutely adore that movie.
For me, like, I would say like the craziest complaint that they had for Indiana Jones, the fourth film, was like it wasn't realistic, like the other Indiana Jones films. And I'm like, are you serious? You know, Raiders, where the Ark of the Covenant is melting Nazis' faces, height of realism.
It's an Indiana Jones.
It's an Indiana Jones. They're meant to be fun.
And the crystal skulls, like again, I was excited coming into it. I was like, wow, actually, that's a good legend to go look into. It's, it's like one of those weird things, and it's a new continent. You go into South America, and I don't know.
They brought back the girl from the original.
They did, which I was like, oh yes, she was the one.
Good,
Sorry, see, Aaron is resorting because I'm talking too much, and I think I'm going to leave soon.
No, you're not.
He's resorting to having to type back to your comment back. Sorry.
Actually, I like that. Actually, well, no, don't be sorry.
Shia LaBeouf. Oh no,
he's a weird dude.
He needs to go. He needs to go.
Blade Runner anime series. I'd be interested in that. But
yeah,
I prefer,
I'd watch that.
Force Those Cowboys names actually liked it. I do. They planned them at like 14 films, something like that. They planned in that series. Little really. We had a whole series of Cowboys and Aliens films planned, like a bunch of.
Yeah. Mm.
But no, somebody mentioned Body Double, which is my favorite movies of all time. By the way, I got the Umbrella. That I think. Do you like Yeah, you like RoboCop, right?
Hmm.
The RoboCop.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we love RoboCop in the South. If you wonder, like, does he like violence? Yes, she loves RoboCop.
My type of movies is movies that have big kabooms.
Big kabooms.
Yes, I like explosions. I like action. I like silly.
Are you saying you're a huge Michael Bay fan?
And violence and what? What?
You're saying you're a huge Michael Bay fan?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, what's wrong with that?
For some of it. No, Transformers: The Last Night.
It was not amazing, but it was what it is. It had
was
explosions.
me asleep.
Well, see, that's the thing. No, I
Hmm.
was fine with it. Like, I was not expecting, an amazing plot, but it had toys fighting. I'm fine with that.
So does Robot Chicken. I like it. That's much better. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, I really love. Actually, we have all three sets.
They're cool. Yeah.
We bought them when Best Buy opened up. Actually, they had a sale.
Mm. And I liked Christine. Somebody mentioned the 4K for that.
We got that.
Yeah, we do.
Gorgeous, actually.
But that was a horror movie that I watched that I thought was actually good and didn't necessarily stay with me.
Yeah.
It was the right balance.
Girl from
creepiness. Yeah.
There's actually her sister. She's got a twin sister, and there's a sequence in Christine where she's on this like what's it called? This machine. She's driving this machine, and it's actually her twin sister doing it. That's a joke.
Dead or Alive, you're coming with me. Yes.
RoboCop is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It really stands out. I love the fact that Red Foreman is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because it shows just how good an actor that guy is, man.
Michael Boom Boom Bay, yes. But at least you know what you're expecting with him.
Did you like the mate? Oh, yes, she did. She liked them all.
Yeah. Same thing. I thought it was a good idea that they explored well, and I mean, it's a product of its time. You definitely can see the era in you know, when you rewatch them, but yeah.
So you like RoboCop? Did you like RoboCop the series? One shot in Toronto. Buckface Morgan.
Yeah.
RoboCop.
I put them at the same level of those late night shows that you know.
Oh, nice.
Syndicated on TV and you rewatch them.
Met Keith Gordon from Christine in LA.
I love to hear that when you have these, you know, movies that you watch, and you know, people say that they were great people.
Well, Keith Gordon went behind the scenes behind camera. That was his thing. He did that. He did like, of course, the Brian De Palma film as well. Mm-hmm. But afterwards, he went behind the camera, and of course, he was the son in Back to School, Rodney Dangerfield. Red Foreman was great RoboCop.
Yes. Hilarious.
Remember the Swamp Thing cartoon? Just when somebody said RoboCop cartoon, Swamp Thing.
Oh, yeah.
with the Wild Thing theme,
yes.
Change Wild Thing theme song. Didn't last very long. I like the Prime Directives actually. The Prime Directives are actually pretty cool. They were much closer to the series of films than the TV series was. The TV series was much more cheesy. This is my better half, Peter. She's rarely here, so this is one of those nights. She watched I Am Dolomite without me, so I cried in a corner eating cookies when I found that out because I had felt betrayed.
And by the way, I think I still have 20 minutes left on what is it? The new movie, Eddie Murphy movie, Coming to America.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I'm 20 minutes in. You don't mind?
No, I'm
Yes.
I'm iffy on that.
Yeah, it is iffy. I'll tell you that. You're not missing much. But yes, I have watched I Am Dolomite, and I thought it was actually really, really, really good.
Keith Gordon was a lovely yes. I love Keith Gordon. I'd love to meet him actually. Tell him if you ever talk to him again, Jamie. Tell him I'm actually a big fan. Keith Gordon in Christine, and Keith Gordon in Dress to Kill reminds me a lot of me at that age. I could relate that being that kind of geeky outsider. But I didn't have a car that killed people, though I wanted one. I named my bike Christine. Did you know?
Toxic Avenger, the cartoon. Yes, I used to watch that too.
Oh yeah, the Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah,
that's actually the best of those cartoons that you mentioned. That was actually fun.
Coming to America was not not the best.
Do you like creative things? Write poetry, play music? You used to play piano a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was a chore. No, I am very, very sensitive to art, and I'm either I'm either very sensitive to something, or I am completely nothing. Like I go from, oh my God, this is really touching my heart, and I feel it in my gut, to this does nothing to me at all. There's nothing in between, but I am not very creative as a person at all.
I would disagree with that.
I crochet. I don't know. Does that count?
I've shown you her crochet thing. She does really good.
And it's really what I, not all the time. But I do appreciate every form of art. And it depends. It really depends on things. Yes, and I did 12 years of piano that I was forced into, and now I regret, not having really stuck with it. But I don't have any talent in that way. I'm just more sensitive. My sister, on the other hand, is really talented. Yeah.
Anya does great stuff. Like what
Yeah.
she does with cakes and stuff. That is insane.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I appreciated, like they looked in the movie Coming to America. They all have fun. Like it really, like Wesley Snipes is hilarious, and I think is the best part of that movie. I think everybody had a great time. I love seeing that, like obviously the cast, an all African American cast was amazing. It was just something didn't work. Yeah, I think maybe if they had a better storyline, or I don't know, but I really wanted to like it. I'll have to say Wesley Snipes was hilarious. Morgan Freeman had like a small cameo, was hilarious. I loved his part. The king, his father, Mufasa's voice.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jones.
Oh,
Something.
James Earl Jones.
Yes, he was hilarious as the king. Yeah, so I really liked it. It's just something didn't work.
Sometimes that's there. I don't know. I'd rather watch Vampire in Brooklyn. that's just me though.
Favorite painters.
You have to say your uncle.
No.
You got to.
No.
Is that one of your favorite painters?
No, I mean not of all time. No.
I'm saying your uncle because I am being very diplomatic.
I'm absolutely not sensitive to Picasso at all. Dali is intriguing. I think that I like. I like a lot of the when I went to museums. I lived in New York for a while, and I would go to the Metropolitan Museum quite a bit, and I tend to be drawn to Renaissance painters. I just like the way they work light. I find it very interesting. So yeah, so I would go around that. I don't think that I have a particular painter.
So you get more of a period than a painter.
Picasso doesn't do anything to me at all. Like I obviously he's a genius. I don't have to say more to that. Dali is very intriguing. I think his life is more intriguing to me than maybe his art. What's actually they're one and the same for sure. But yes, I'm more sensitive to some of the Renaissance pieces. Crochet counts. Thank you.
You're really good with crochet.
Stendhal syndrome.
You got Stendhal syndrome.
Yes.
Oh no. I remember when we watched that film.
Yeah.
There's one that stick with you.
Keith Gordon makes every film. Yeah.
Better, I agree. It was often the second best jazz film. You're right about that. Jazz 2. Also in that film, by the way, for you soap opera fans out there, is the late Joseph Mascolo, who played Stefano DeMira on Days of Our Lives. He plays the mayor.
That's another thing. Jaws. I like all the Jaws, even the bad ones.
Even part 4.
Yes.
Which makes no sense because Jaws follows him into another
When
ocean
does
altogether.
a movie about sharks supposed to make sense?
I don't know.
It doesn't.
Well, my good
It's
friend
a
Master
shark
Chaos
that goes
actually
and attacks
wrote
people.
Mecha Shark versus Mega Shark, and I'm sure
I love
that
those
would make
movies
sense.
too.
Those are
I really find them like the Sharknado movies, like all of that. I love those movies.
welcome, Amy.
Yes, I love to cook.
She's with the wrong person for the cooking things. I'm so not a
Yes,
food person.
this person,
I'm not a foodie. I'm
No.
most bland. I got the most bland taste ever.
he doesn't even have bland taste. He has his weird taste. Processed food. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes,
I'm looking at you,
I
stick
love to
bologna.
cook, but I don't do a lot of it because somebody is not going to eat it. Cruel Jaws, absolutely.
You even got the novelization.
I love Cruel Jaws. Yeah, I like all the shark films. Oh no. I don't like the serious ones. I don't like the ones that are supposed to actually scare you for real, scare you. So whatever, like those 47 meters, 50 meters, 20 meters below or down, or like the newer ones.
Well, I like the piranha films.
No, but what are those like?
I know what you're
they're like
talking
the
about,
serious ones where
The
like
ones where
they're
it's-
supposed to be like.
Because they'll stretch out, basically.
Yeah, like, come on, people. Like the people that the real story of the people that got left from a diving trip and they actually died or whatever. That's not my type of movies. No, I like the cheesy stuff.
Have you seen Jamaican Reef? It was released by Dark Force. I haven't seen it, actually, I don't think.
No? Is it cheesy?
The Reef, a Australian movie but strain of people being attacked by shark loosely based on true story. That's one she's not going to watch. Deep Blue Sea, however, that's one she would watch.
Yeah.
Genetically modified sharks.
I've seen Deep Blue Sea. I was doing an internship in France, in Nice actually, and I'm a marine biologist by trade. So I was working on a project, and we went to see Deep Blue Sea, and the next day I went diving. So I can tell you that I was looking back behind my back every once in a while. So, and we were, like it was not like a leisure dive. We were actually diving to collect some algae, and part of the project I was part of. And yeah, so we're going there, and I'm like, all right, is there anything behind me? So even though it was cheesy, like it was not a good idea to actually watch a stupid shark CGI movie and then diving the next day.
You ever see a shark fight a zombie? Yes, you did. Actually, we watched Lucio Fulci's Zombie
Yeah,
together.
we did. Yeah. I think we watched the Toby Hooper's Crocodile movie recently, didn't we? Or
Well, no. Well, the one it's Eaten Alive is the one he's talking about.
oh, okay.
with Neville Brand. That was fun. Marilyn Burns.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my favorite Toby Hooper films. I think it's highly underrated because
we saw that.
yeah, we did.
Okay, yeah.
Like early on when I
Yeah,
first
yeah.
started dating, actually.
The Reef, not cheesy. Yeah, so no. Okay.
We got one of the sequels. They're actually about it for like $2 or something. During
Yeah.
Black Friday
So
sale.
we may check that out.
There's a few like I got here. Actually, I bought you a bunch of like cheesy, like shark movies, and I think one of them was the one that was Master Chaos wrote actually. For those that didn't see it, I was on.
Sharknadoes, though.
No, I was on Master Chaos TV's
Is it Deep
channel
Blue
last
Sea?
night. So make sure you check out the video.
Okay.
Like Toby Hooper's remake of Invaders from. Actually, I do too.
I do too. Actually, I found that movie very entertaining. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but yeah, that was a weird ride.
It's underrated as far as remakes go. But I think Tobe Hooper has had that horrible thing of like trying to live down your first film, and I don't know, has there been a director that's really ever had that much difficulty in living down like their first film as Tobe Hooper? Even when he made the Poltergeist, people were saying, "Oh no, Steven Spielberg actually directed that one," just to like guy just can't get a break. And he has made some good stuff since that. Funhouse was good. Eaten Alive was really good. You know what? The alligator films, the John Sayles written alligator film, that was really good. That was fun. That was cheesy. 40-foot alligator. Six-headed shark. We got it here. Actually, I don't think she's watched it yet.
No, we haven't seen it yet, but yes, they're cool.
And any of those like ghost shark or
Well,
like sand sharks, they're
it was,
fun.
It was the snow one.
Oh, the snow one's so cool.
The snow
Did you
one. There was a.
no, the ghost one is cool. Is really cool.
Oh yeah, it's the ghost.
But gets in the bathtub and stuff.
Yeah. Yes. I love that.
Anywhere where there's water, you can come like a sprinkler.
Yeah, with CGI blood and everything.
Gotta love that stuff.
Yeah.
We absolutely adore those type of films.
Yeah.
So that's the type we can watch together because they're fun. There's no stress. There's like every once in a while a pop star will show up. You know, Tiffany, Debbie Gibson will show up. Sharknado films. They're fun. I like the first one a lot.
I actually, they're fun. Like, yeah, I like them. Like, I know what we're getting into, so it's not, and by the way, I don't even watch them to make fun of them because I know people work hard to make these movies with the means that they have, but it's entertaining. you know what to expect. It's trash, but good trash. That's gonna make you, you know, spend an hour or an hour and a half of your time, and you know, I don't know. Like I feel better after I watch them. They're fun.
Yeah.
That's okay.
James Rolfe to the top 50. I like James Rolfe, although his why Blu-rays aren't good video was probably one of the worst things I've ever seen. Oh, the alligator films definitely need Blu-rays. Hey, hurrah! Thanks, man.
All right, I think I am going to let you. Yeah, I'm getting tired. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the morning where we are, so I'm gonna let you continue on with your friends.
Are you sure you're good to go?
I am tired, love. Oh. Nice talking to you, everyone.
Have I seen? I don't think I've seen Deep Blood.
I don't know. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Or wherever you are. Bye.
Thank you, Dagger, for the super chat there. I just noticed that. I do apologize. I missed some of those things, and I shouldn't because I'm right on screen. I have my better half to pick up most of the slack for most of this video, which I do enjoy. She's amazing. I want to get her back on the channel again. I want to get her back on a Patreon video. Because initially she was doing some with me. And I'm glad she came on for the Justice League, because she had some strong opinions there. You were popular. You have to come back soon.
Later.
Oh, you go upstairs?
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Are you really tired?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm tired. I'm not pretending to be tired. I'm really tired.
I don't know. Did you get their wet food tonight?
Oh, okay, gotta do this.
Because Hubert's following you. Well, I'm a lucky guy, Jamie. She keeps me grounded too, as you can tell. So, Batman was amazing. Like we talked about Kobe earlier on, but yeah, Batman. Like my better half, especially, she said, like, you know, now after seeing him in the Snyder cut, she wants another Ben Affleck Batman film. It's a midnight hour there. Well, I guess I was going to mention the Indicator Hammer set that's coming out. Yeah, the Patreon is the Streamlabs link. Basically, a Patreon is like it's kind of like, you know, like having a monthly subscription for like the videos that I do, like aside from this here channel. The donation link is what helps keep this channel going. Like, in all honesty, this month was like this year, like for a lot of people, it's been pretty tight. For us, it's been pretty tight, especially right now. Hey there, Flip. Welcome back, man. She is an amazing person. I'm a lucky guy, Jamie. But the donation link and all that helps us keep the channel going. So thank you guys so much for that. You have no idea how much it means. We started the donation link basically because we used to do super chat, and we'd get to the end of the month. It was pretty good. At the end of the month, we get like, you know, we'd make the ratio part, but 40% of it would go to YouTube. So that's why we started doing this through this way here, because we knew that 100% was going to go directly to the channel, which meant, you know, more films, upgrade stuff, that type of thing. She did. She actually just left Kubrick. She's getting the cat some food before she goes to bed because she's really tired. The Patreon link, I don't have it right here right now. Let me get it for you. I'll find it for you now, actually, because I know I got it on my on here. So let me just go to my. If you see me looking like I'm typing, it's because I am. So let me just hit on one of my videos, earlier videos, that would have the link in it. And I'll actually put it here in the chat. That's like I put the merch store link usually in the chat, but I forgot to do it tonight. By the way, thank you, Zack. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Nate. All the guys that have gotten like stuff from the from the merch store. It's helped out a lot, and my better half has designed a lot of the merchandise on the store. So that's been like a that's helped out. But there's the link for the Patreon, because we will be doing the live. I'm trying to get my better half to, we'll see, be somehow involved in that one, even if she's out when I do my Patreon for Vincent.
We'll see.
Let me know when you get the shirt. Like I had like Chris and Nate sent me pictures. Gonna wear. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. But yeah, we plan on doing a live stream right before the Vinegar Syndrome announcement, and then we're gonna go to Patreon for the live reaction, for the Vinegar Syndrome announcement on the 26th. Oh, it's taking it once a month, usually at the beginning of the month. So you won't get charged now, I don't think. You wouldn't get charged till the first of the month. Thanks. We want to get more merch in there, Dungeon. Like the most popular thing so far has been the movie library shirt, which surprised me. I thought the Call of Cinema Proof was going to be the most popular because you didn't have to see my face. But we want to get some more stuff. We want to get a hat there. We got a couple more ideas for shirts, but we want to get, like, I think the hoodie next. We got asked about hoodies, and I think a lot of people especially like hoodies. They're they're comfortable to go around in. It's just getting the right designs for them.
You should say that neither of us are professional graphic designers, so we have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, we're not professional. Obviously, we're not professional graphic designer. Actually, I went to school for graphic design. Thank you. But no, I'm not. I'm definitely not a professional graphic designer. But the only one that I can say I can take credit is the Futures Franco. That was my idea there. The other ones, like, she pretty much designed our logo, and did she chose the picture and did like the put it through the cartoony process to make sure it was done for the movie library.
Good night, love.
Have a great night, baby. Love you.
Love you too.
Do I collaborate with Jay? I don't know who Jay Harvey is. I do apologize. Maybe I do. What name does he go under online? Is Jay Harvey a person like in merchandising? If he is, I haven't really collaborated with any artists. My good friend Michael apparently has been drawing something for me though. Frank, see Jason, are you tempted yet? Are you tempted on the Franco? Are you eventually going to buy the Franco T-shirt, Jason? It was actually like you and a couple other people made me think about doing the Franco shirt. I do want to do like a Giallo one eventually down the road too. Like different things to that suits the channel. Oh yeah, I was going to like the indicator one, wasn't I? We were going to do that. I got distracted. I'm sorry. So let us look at that indicator set. Its monetization was really good. Neuroleptic, not for me because I wasn't monetized back today, but there's a time when monetization was amazing. It's not anymore. Nobody on YouTube, unless you're getting like 1 million subscribers, ever makes money through ever makes any real money through monetization. The truth of the matter is, you got to reach $100 to get money out at all, and YouTube takes like 40% of more than 40% of the ad revenue. So basically, you can make a video and could have a few thousand views type of thing, and you might make 7 cents or 8 cents or 9 cents type of thing on there. So it takes a while to get there. Jason, I want to picture you when you get that shirt, man. So monetization is not if you want to make any money on YouTube. If you're doing this, obviously this is a labor of love for me. This is not something that I can do as a job. Patreon. No. Patreon is differently. No. Patreon basically works as that's what basically the Patreon thing is $119 a month. That's how many people have donated. So everybody's donation comes up to $119. So you may be $1 a month or $5 a month, or $3 a month or $10 a month. But everybody chooses their level. There's no you don't. When it says 119, that means every patron on there, that's the amount that I would make in a month. It's $119. So needless to say, Zack, I cannot live off of Patreon money. That's why I have a job. And it's whatever you want. I mean, a lot of people go in at 5, some people go in at 1 or 3 or 4, but it's whatever is comfortable for you. I don't have a tier system on my Patreon like some people do. Some people put on you got to have $5 or $10 before you can vote in a poll or stuff like that. I don't do stuff like that. I don't want to put a barrier for people to come in and enjoy. I would if you come in and you pledge to the Patreon, I want you to be able to enjoy everything that's on the Patreon. So I don't put a barrier towards anything. One thing to know for those people that are patrons, yeah, pretty much they've messed with it neuroleptic. Like everything, man. They've put it to the point where unless you're a big, unless your name is PewDiePie or something like that, you're not going to make that type. You're not going to make money to live off of. That's why there's Patreon, Neuroleptic. That's why there's Google, the YouTube subscriptions as well. I don't do that. I don't want to confuse people. And that's why people have merch stores, because it's hard. And right now it's okay. I'm working another job, but I find that's the thing. I didn't put a tier system in. Me and my better half talked about it, Jason. Because I don't think my signature's worth much, to be honest with you. But most of my stuff comes from Teespring. I don't think I'm not a celebrity, so my signature wouldn't mean anything. It's different. I mean, the payouts are I wasn't there when the payouts were good. I spent as you guys know, I started with a very small channel, and for many, many years it was an extremely small channel. And it's still, I've got around 3,000 subscribers, and thank you so much for that, guys. But yeah, if you right now, I work my regular job, Kubrick, and this is labor love, but it's still work, and you got to put in a lot of time here. So I get up. I do a 9 to 5 job. I get up around 7 in the morning, start work at 9, finish my job, and I'm straight. I'm either here making some stuff or thinking up what my next video is going to be, watching movies that I'm in review ways to review a video, so yeah, I go from that to this, and my off time in between is very little. Now, when I eventually, hopefully get Morocco, I want... Welcome, Zack, to the Patreon. That thing that just hit was you. I want to make this primary, because I'm going to be learning French for the first year or so that I'm in Morocco. So this is going to be primarily my main source of income. So yeah, needless to say, I'm working my butt off to make sure this works. Highly appreciate Zack. I really do. Uh, between Patreon donations and merch, you're making up for gas money. I hope that I prove you wrong too. But it's pretty true. Yeah, you gotta be like a Stuckman, somebody like that to make that type of money. But I'm hoping. I wouldn't say it's expensive. It's not to live in Nova Scotia. I mean, it's like we moved into like our rent's fairly is kind of pricey here. Not like New York pricey though. But it'll be better when we can actually get in other areas. You go in dungeon before we get to the indicator part? You have a good night though, man. In all seriousness. But no, like for me, I do want to like. I will be putting it eventually during the sale. I'm hoping to, for the Patreon guys that are looking at grabbing merchandise and stuff. I'm putting in a coupon during the like coming up soon. So you'll get certain Patreon members are going to get a certain discount on some of my stuff. So keep an eye out for that. You guys ready to look into the indicator? Are you ready for that now? I think I've showed my stuff enough, right? I think I have. Let's look at the indicator set, the hammer indicator set. It's gorgeous. Let's break it down. Look at the films, and look at the features that are in there because I think there's got some really great stuff. Thank you, Neuroleptic. So as you can see, we're looking at the indicator hammer volume 6 set called Night Shadows. I love the look of that. £42 and 99 pence, or 99 sterling, I guess. There are the film. It is the best looking, best done of the set so far. I love this look here. It's obviously from Captain Clegg. We got Shadow the Cat, Captain Clegg. I'll check him out actually. I'm always looking for new YouTubers. I've been lucky enough. I've been on Master Chaos's channel recently, and he's introduced me to some new, like, really great YouTubers. That's been really fun. Zack, they do amazing stuff with their box sets. Box sets are the way to go. So in this Nightmare, so if you buy, as people that buy from Indicator directly know, you get extra bonuses when you buy directly from them. So right here, there's the Nightmare poster. And on the other side, that's a double-sided poster. It's Herbert Lom's Phantom of the Opera with Heather Shears. Phantom of the Opera originally was supposed to have Cary Grant, which is the reason that the script is the way it is. Hey there, Daz. Welcome back, man. Yeah, we're talking Hammer tonight. So, and the exclusive double-sided poster is only if you'd order directly from the website. I do recommend ordering directly from Indicator. They're really good. And so we have stuff here. Yes, exactly. These titles the license from Universal, which opens up a lot for them actually. Films at home are really like Culture. Sierra Midnight. I know Heath. Actually, we've spoken off camera as well as on camera. He's a really sweet guy, really nice guy. Tommy Star. I think I remember Tommy Star. But we got here like a quad design for Phantom of the Opera and Nightmare. I actually haven't looked at the Shadow Select sale. I didn't even know there was a Shadow Select sale. I may do that tomorrow. I'm actually going to be on Cinema Dave's channel. I think it's tomorrow. That I'm going to be on Cinema Dave's channel. So definitely check that out. Check that out if you're there, guys. So let's look at the features that we got here. We'll start with Shadow the Cat first. So it's going to be 6,000, limited to 6,000. I know you think that's a lot, but these sets do sell out, as I'll show you in a minute. So there's going to be like a huge booklets for each one of these here. I got volume 4. I recommend that volume 4 strongly, Daz. I still need 5. So Shadow the Cat, we get that one first. There's an auto commentary by film historian Bruce G. Hallenbeck. We got a high def remaster, original mono audio. That's important for me. The next thing is really important, and this is a feature that I really am interested in the Shadow Shelley, an in-depth interview with legendary horror actress Barbara Shelley. I'm extremely excited about that one. Congratulations on the Kino, man. We got Catastrophe. I had an interview with assistant special effects director Ian Scoons. Interviews with property masters Peter Alchorn and assistant costume director Yvonne Blake. Hammer's Women, that's been in each of these sets. Frida Jackson. Profile by academic Lucy Bolton. Introduction by Kim Newman. Film appreciation by Mikos Theodorakis. Score by David Huckfield. Shadow Play Inside the Shadow of the Cat documentary. Original theatrical trailer. TV spots. Image gallery. New and approved English subtitles. Limited edition booklet with a new essay by Craig Ian Mann. UK premiere on Blu-ray. All extras are subject to change. So on the second one, Captain Clegg, which actually is a really good film, we got an audio commentary with film historian Konstantin Nazir, who's really good with commentaries. BHP interview with Peter Graham Scott, a career-spanning interview. They do really good with these BHP interviews. Making of Captain Clegg, the Mossman Legacy, George Mossman's Carriage Collection. That's actually going to be kind of cool. Hammer Women, Molly Athbernaut, and Rosemary Burrows. Introduction by Kim Newman again. Documentary looking at the life and work of Peter Cushing. That should be really good, guys. Peter Cushing documentary, done in 2021. Film appreciation of Don Banks' score. A limited edition booklet. They do limited. Oh, Iceman. They do like individual booklets for the Hammer sets. They don't do like one big booklet for the Hammer ones. I like that they do that. Actually, I prefer the individuals as well. Next up is the Phantom of the Opera, which has two commentaries. We get because it has two aspect ratios, a 1:66 and a 1:85 aspect ratio. Auto commentary with Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson from 2020, and another 2020 auto commentary from Steve Haberman and Konstantin Nazar. Hammer's Women, Leanne Aachen is here. Introduction by Kim Newman. The Men Who Made Hammer, Anthony Hines. Phantom Triumphant, Edwin Astley and Hammer's Horror Opera. Herbert Lom, The Soul Beyond the Mask. Film historian and screenwriter C. Courtney Joyner shares personal memories of his time spent with the legendary actor. Interview special effects artist Brian Johnson. The Making of Phantom of the Opera. Brian Trenchard Smith trailer comedy. That's going to be fun. Limited edition booklet with new essay by Adam Scoville. We get to Nightmare, which I think is an underrated film. Auto commentary with Kevin Lyons from, of course, Encyclopedia of Fantastic Film and Television with John Rigby. The BHP interview with Freddie Francis. Now that's going to be a good one. Freddie Francis, I'm very interested in. The Jenny Lindham Remembers, the interview with the Nightmare actress. Hammer's Women, Myra Redmond. Introduction by Kim Newman. Madhouse's Inside Nightmare. Nightmare in the Making. Author Kevin Barnes and Jonathan Rigby revisit the production. Film appreciation of Don Banks' score. Again, the image galleries, theatrical trailers, limited edition booklet with essay by Emma Westwood. So there you go, guys. That is, and they can add more on. They often do add more features onto these sets. Let me know what you think of The Man Who Haunt Himself. I'm a really big fan of that film. One of my viewers actually sent me that on DVD a while back, and I really like it. Do I think we'll ever see Arrow Scream Factory edition of Bloodsport, Kickboxer, or Legend? Maybe. Bloodsport or Kickboxer seems more like something we might get from a Vinegar Syndrome or a MVD. I haven't really seen like Arrow or Scream Factory really go too much into those. Like Cyborg is the one I can think of like really goes closely into that. But like I was going to show you guys, like when I said, it's good to get the sets, like here's one of the reasons why. So as you can see, the Hammer sets, the Noir sets, they're all, pretty readily available. But Hammer Volume 4's sold out. Of course, one Norman J. I'm going to do a Norman J. Warren video actually pretty soon on the set and his career. So this is sold out. William Castle Volume 1 is sold out. Hammer Volume 3 is sold out. Bud Boddicker is sold out. Hammer Volume 1 and 2 are sold out. Both Ray Harryhausen and Sinbad are all sold out. So they do some amazing stuff. Moving in a few weeks. Oh man. Hopefully it's a good move. But that, of course, wasn't the only thing that was announced. There was another film announced at the same time, which is The Eye of the Cat. Love this cover, by the way. Michael Cera and Gail Honeycutt and Eleanor Park. Do you want me to get the Norman J. Warren set? I can actually show you guys that tonight before I go. I can just go grab it. But let me know before I do. Because it might be my last thing of the night. So you get two presentations of the film, a theatrical version and a TV version of the film. Auto commentary with Kevin Lyons. Pussies Galore, writer and critic Kim Newman on Eye of the Cat. Radio spot, image gallery, new and improved English subtitles. Limited edition booklet with Cassandra O'Connell's stuff on it. And look at these covers. They do great cover art. They do a lot of great stuff. The one that we mentioned before that we do want to grab, of course, is the one that I spoke. Let's see what's in the out of print ones as well. Let's check that out because there's some out of prints that are available again now, guys. And some of these are down to like 1 or 2 copies. So if any of these interest you, Born of Fire limited edition is available. The Greg Georgie Girls there. Lilith, Ministry of Fear. Actually, I got the Criterion edition of that, and this is a better edition of it, actually. The Legacy. Hopefully, Dodge, you can find it without scalper prices, because that's insane. They did have some volumes come back in for a little bit. They have this out of print section. The Legacy is back in print, guys, not back in print. There's a few copies left. The Mind of Mr. Soames is one I would love to have. The SFO is another really good one. The Wolf is here for a while, again, like the out of print one. Even one of the Harryhausen's that showed up. Every time that you order from them, by the way, you get these Powerhouse pints. And oh yeah, man, if you want to Legacy Raw, if you want to grab it, I'd grab it soon because a lot of these are very, very limited on the amount that they got here. This was released in July and went out of print in July the next year, so it went out of print after a year. Obviously, you're going to get the booklet and all that stuff with that. Scream did put out the Legacy. I can tell you right now, anytime you see an edition put out by Scream, an edition put out by Indicator, I'll be bluntly honest, Indicator's got a better edition. I like the Legacy, actually. The copies came back from a retail store. HMV probably. Labels can be removed, but those booklets are forever. And some people say, those booklets that you never read. I actually do read the booklets, so I'm one of the guys, I'm one of those freaks that read the booklets. You have some great box sets like Irreversible and stuff like that. Oh yes, British, Indicator's a British company, Kubrick. So far, by far and large, I find Indicator read the better transfer, Zack. I got the Fu Manchu right next to me, so I can probably show you that one to give you an idea of their box sets. I got the Dietrich set here too. They do some amazing stuff. Their booklets are incredible. I really like the booklets that they put on with their stuff. As soon as it can become more, but yeah. Now sometimes they'll say always when you get something checked to see if it actually is region. Sometimes things will be marked region B that actually works in both regions, but you're never quite sure. So always a bit of a. I don't have the noir sets yet. I really want them though. They do a really good job with these noir sets. One that I really want, and I'll show it to you now in a second, because it has amazing features on it. Where's it at? which I totally forgot now. I do apologize because there's a set, but I want this one. I want Road Games before it sells out. I love the way their stuff is done. I'm going to put one up here for a second. I'm going to grab a couple of my indicator releases, and so that way I want to show you a single release. I want to show you a hard box and a box set, and that way maybe it'll give you an idea of some of the stuff that's out there that they're putting out. Yep, me and Sim and Dave are doing the talk tomorrow, so it can't be too late on here. But I'm going to get some indicator stuff and show you guys in a second. Yeah, Noir Volumes also have Three Stooges shorts in HD, as does, I would recommend Iceman, if you like the 3D stuff. Then The Mad Magician was put out by Indicator, and they have like two 3D Three Stooges shorts remastered on there as well. The Road Games is one that I desperately want to get. Good friend Jamie, I'm hoping to have on here, I think next week. We're looking to have Jamie Blanks on the channel next week, guys. So make sure that you're here for that video because it's going to be a live video. Actually, I got to check on that because Dave contacted me like earlier in the week and said, you know, are you going to be good for this week? And I'm like, yeah, not a problem, man. I was on Dave's channel before and I really enjoyed it. So it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern time. So let me do that in my time here. So 2 p.m. Eastern time is going to be 3 p.m. my time, I think. Yeah, because the 1 hour is the difference. So it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am extremely looking forward to that, Jamie. I have no idea what we're going to talk about quite yet, but I figured we're free flowed a bit. I'm going to let you chat a lot. I will. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys the indicator stuff because I know some of you guys are interested in that. Let me grab an indicator release. Is there anything in particular? I got a few of the indicator box sets of items. Is there one that you guys would like to see shown? I love Warner Archives. I just can't buy them in Canada very often. So is it the Norman J. Warren set? Is it the Fu Manchu? Is it the Dietrich set? Is it one of the Harryhausen sets? Is it a Hammer set? No, Sunday's actually tomorrow. Well, you're the guest. So I'm going to we'll just see where we can go. We can talk about your films. We can talk about some of the films you like. We'll see. We'll converse on a lot of stuff. And I know you're working with your soundtracks are coming out from Howling Wolf Records, which, well, by the way, guys, check out that coming out because they're really good. I don't have Wolf, unfortunately. No, I don't. Fu Manchu. So somebody wants to see Fu Manchu, so we'll show the Fu Manchu. So that's actually an easy one. I don't go very far for that. It's literally right behind me. Fu Manchu or Warren? Well, since I've got the Fu Manchu set here, it's probably the easiest one to do. So, one thing to note right away is when you buy an indicator set, every one of them is numbered. So, the numbering of the set, this is the Fu Manchu set right here. The numbering set is on this here, things that's around it. So, you'll see your number right there. Now, if you order directly from the company, website themselves. Often there's bonus posters, like a lot of these come with posters or cards or booklets and all that type of stuff. Fu Manchu came with a bonus poster that was only included if you bought it from the indicator site. Yeah, 3 p.m. my time, which is I'm in Atlantic time. So right now here it's 1:41. So this is the Fu Manchu for Mayor poster. If you bought this set in a store, you wouldn't get this. This would not be included, or from Amazon, it wouldn't be included. This would only be included if you bought it from Indicator itself. We really wanted the Fu Manchu for Mayor poster, so we grabbed that. So for these here, we have the numbered part. Yeah, number 201, 205. This here box. This is the amount of features that are on there. See, all the films are there. There's amazing artwork on the side as well. Let's take out the films. Let's show you guys exactly what it is. So these ones are done, and I like the way these are done. So they use the cardboard slim cases when they have stuff like that. They have spine numbers, yeah. This one is number 2. Even the slim cases have spine numbers. So you open it up here and you see there's, you get bonus art on the inside as well. There's even art behind here. So let's take that out for a second. Like here's the artwork behind the disc itself as well. 80 Films. I'd like to get more from 80 Films actually eventually down the road. Right, they do some great stuff. This is the Brides of Fu Manchu. This is for a lot of people. This is a favorite. Haven't opened them yet. As you can see, they do such great work on their sets. I'm just going to go through these really quickly, just to give you an idea. There's the Vengeance of Fu Manchu. Again, as you can see, incredible artwork. But there's more to it than just the films. Exactly. Silent serial episodes are in there as well. We'll get to that in a second, actually. And of course, the last one is the Castle of Fu Manchu. And aside from being like just a gorgeous looking set, thanks Hubert, they're extremely well done. They don't just stop there. Then you get these here. I won't show all them all. I'll just show this one right here. Get the set and you'll see the set. You get a bunch of cards, like photo cards from the films. There's Christopher Lee and there's Fu Manchu garb right there. And remember when I said like when I showed you the poster, like it was exclusive? Well, that wasn't the only other poster in this set. The actually is another poster, a quad poster here. So, and it's double-sided. So as you can see, here's the face of Fu Manchu. And there's the Brides of Fu Manchu. So if you're getting the Hammer set directly from them, you'll get a quad poster, a bonus quad poster for that set. And as for the book, this is the Fu Manchu book. Yeah. So needless to say, they put a ton of work into this. This book is over 200 pages long. There's some great write-ups in here. Everything here from stuff from Tim Lucas, Jeff Billington, like just some really great write-ups throughout here. I was really excited to find that Tim Lucas did a write-up for this one here. And not only is the presentation of the film of the box set good, but the films are extremely good quality. I haven't got into any of the features and stuff like that yet, but just to give you like a taste of it, for those that are kind of curious about the set, they do an interview with Ernest Stewart, who's the cinematographer. And when I say an interview, I mean 96 minutes long. There is one with Don Sharp. It's done in 2 parts, so 96 minutes long for one part, and I think it was 95 minutes for the other ones, for like 3 hours of interviews with Don Sharp. There are basically, so they talk about like the problematic aspect of the film as well. They don't shy away from that. They have like they have a essay on that. There's various like essays on here. There is an interview, a Guardian interview with Christopher Lee done on stage. It runs 87 minutes long. There is actually a bonus film on one of these here called The Ghosts of Monk Island, a 93-minute long film, a children's film. That was made by the director of the third film. There are Fu Manchu like serials chapters on here. Chapters from the old like serials. Basically, there's 2 chapters, one on each one. Talks about like Jess Franco on these. The sets are extremely well done, and this one here is just gorgeous, and it's just amazing what they do. Yeah, the books and booklets from Indicator include instructions to cinemas on how to market the film with. Yeah, I love the marketing. Like, as a guy into marketing, that's a big deal for me. Oh, we got the FYE exclusive Night of the Living Dead box set. Oh, nice. Oh, Zach, if you like the type of interviews, like Indicator specializes in those Guardians and BHP style interviews. So, where Criterion used to be called the Film School in a Box, Indicator's releases are definitely and definitively a film school in a box. Anytime you pick up an Indicator release, you know you're getting the quality like that. Behind me, I don't know if you can see it right there, but the Marlene Dietrich set is there with Joseph von Sternberg at Paramount Pictures. They're just so well done, and their regular releases are extremely well done as well. Their Hammer sets look amazing. I do know a little bit of TerraVision. I haven't. There's so many nice stuff. So many nice. I still don't have that Don Did 4K set that came out. It was just hard to get around there. BFI also has the interviews available. They do, yeah. BFI does, obviously the person. I think one of the guys that worked with Indicator used to work with BFI. Actually, I do. Don't talk about Eureka enough because they don't have enough their stuff. Unfortunately, it comes down to Ragman. In all honesty, to what's available to me. I understand Kubrick. And like what company has sales and stuff going on? When Eureka has a sale, I talk about Eureka. I don't have a lot of Eureka titles, unfortunately, but I do like the titles that I got. Same with BFI. I love the BFI titles I got as well. I haven't talked about Network a lot, but I do have quite a few of those Network Slim titles that they got out there, which I think are really good. But, guys, we've reached 2 hours and 47 minutes. And I have a video to do tomorrow with the Amazing Cinema Day, which I hope you guys come and join me for. And for those that don't know what Howlin' Wolf is, we'll go out on this. I'll show you guys. Just give me a second here. So this here is Howlin' Wolf Records. They have a ton of great stuff in here. Go to their CD store for a second. One that I strongly recommend right here is their Silent Night Deadly Night 2-disc set, 2 CD set. Great, everything you can want from a 20-page deluxe booklet on the film, on the soundtrack. Like, it's my Saturday, your Sunday. It sounds perfect. Like I said, it's always up to you, man. Like, whatever time is best for you. I don't want you to feel rushed or uncomfortable. So if that's the day that works best for you, we do it on that day, man. That day's good for me. But they do a lot of good stuff, but I really like to work with that. Now, they pick out a lot of stuff here, I got to tell you, that you wouldn't necessarily see. Shockwaves is there. Richard Einhorn, Spit in Your Grave 3, ironically. It's like the... But one that excited me to find out about was Uli Lama's Boogeyman. The Prowler is coming out next, yeah, from Richard Einhorn. That's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it, Jamie. Uli Lama's Boogeyman. I really want this one. And just look at the work that's put into, like, just look how good that looks. Just you can see the Boogeyman. You can see the cracked mirror right there, used for the CD illustration, and I love that. And as always, before I go here, there we go. This is where you can find all the jazzy merchandisey stuff, like the cool T-shirts. Be cool like Zack, and get yourself a nice cool little T-shirt from the or a cup from the shop, and you gotta love those undead underwater Nazi zombies. So it's just incredible stuff. Anyway, my name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me and my better half tonight here in the Call to Cinema. Have an incredible night. Watch some great movies, and hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow on Cinema Dave's channel, because that's where we are going to be talking some stuff that, well, you'll find out. You'll find out tomorrow, which is around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 3 my time. I'll see you then. But for now, what's that Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel say? The balcony is closed. And I'll see you guys really soon. Fist bump, man. Have a great week, guys. Yeah, make sure to be here next Saturday when I'm here, joined by Jamie Blanks, director of Urban Legend and Valentine and Storm Warning and The Long Weekend, among others.